outstanding numbers, one of three players averaging at least 25 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. But those numbers haven't translated to W's in February. Have to change that. They want to hold on to that number two spot. Memphis, after getting off to such a tremendous start. What's going on, everybody? Let's get you the starting lineups. It's Troy Brown Jr., Jared Vanderbilt, Anthony Davis, Malik Beasley, and Dennis Schroder. They did it backwards on TNT. With John Morant, Desmond, Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr., Dillon Brooks, and Xavier Tillman. That was all sorts of messed up. So let me just do it the right way here. In the sense of Dennis Schroder, Malik Beasley, Troy Brown Jr., Jared Vanderbilt, and Anthony Davis. That's your starting five. With John Morant, Desmond, Bane, Dillon Brooks, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Xavier Tillman. That makes a lot more sense. Let's go power forward, point guard to center, 1 through 5. I guess they don't want to do that anymore on the TNT side. So here's the deal. With the LA Lakers, 29-32 on the season, they're sitting about 12th. But again, the way the Western Conference is settled, it's not settled at all. You could win a few games and then go all the way up to 4 or 5. So the Lakers aren't out of this thing, but the one guy they're without right now, maybe to the rest of the playoffs, is LeBron James. Darvin Ham and company and the organization say that it's going to be about another 2-week evaluation to see what's going on with LBJ. On the other end, for the Grizzlies, they are 5-7 in a recent stretch. Steven Adams and Jake Revere is not going to play tonight. So pass inside for Xavier Tillman and the Michigan State product. Will hook and hit. We're at FedEx Forum tonight. John out here with you on the call. This is the NBA on TV, TNT feed side, only on the TV side here today. As far as NBA League Pass, you wouldn't be able to get to it, but I'll carry the play-by-play here for you. As Troy Brown Jr. has it on the right wing side as he's trying to step back on Desmond Bane, and he splashes it near the left corner. They say it was a long 2, but it really looked like a 3. 11:15 left to go in the first here as we're just underway. It's 2 apiece as this is brought cross court there by Bane. Dillon Brooks try to probe down the lane with the layup. He got an air ball. Anthony Davis got a piece of it, but now he's actually going to clean the pumpkin and take this left to right across the timeline. So the Lakers always in the purple and gold. They have the white legs with the purple and gold on the jersey, all gold jersey, purple side of the pants for the striping. And for the Memphis Grizzlies, they're in the black, all black on that side of it. So John Morant, cross-court pass, and this will be a chance for Dillon Brooks and another rebound. Quick one for Anthony Davis. And this was a lazy pass, but it was last touched by the Memphis Grizzlies, so it's going to stay with the Lakers. Again, for the Memphis Grizzlies, in their recent stretch, they're 5-7, not all that great, but 36-23 on the season, which is second in the Western Conference. I don't think that's going to really move the needle much. I think they're going to stay where they are, and Denver probably will win the West, as this will be a give-up pass there for Jared Vanderbilt, and he airballed it big time from a Troy Brown Jr. pass. And now here comes Ja. He splits the double, tries to float this over Anthony Davis, and Anthony Davis one more time will get the rebound as he brings this across the timeline. Xavier Tillman's in his face on the right wing. As this is spun back around for Schroder, it's a baseball-style pass, and another 3 attempt for Troy Brown Jr. as this gets flipped up in the air, but it couldn't be corralled by Vanderbilt. It's a 4-on-3, and an easy one for Triple J as he gets the dunk off the fast break. 4-2 lead for Memphis now with 9:50 left to go in the first. Again, John here with you on the NBA on TNT Tuesday feed. This will be my lone basketball some for the week. We're trying to go 5 out of 6 days, as tomorrow we got a nice hockey assignment alongside Alec Nava, as this is Dennis Schroder going down the lane and laying it right in. That's going to be New Jersey Devils in Colorado with the debut of Timo Myers. So that should be a really good one. John Morant now has it with Dillon Brooks. He'll step into a 3 near the right wing, and he's going to can it. 7-4. And Memphis takes a 3-point lead with 9:20 left to go in the first. John here with you at FedEx Forum. Glad that we could actually do this assignment. I think this should still be an interesting assignment, even without LBJ, because Lakers are playing better. And, they rebuilt the rotation a little bit as the pass from John Morant got stolen. It's a 1-on-1 the other way, and Malik Beasley had it knocked away, but this will stay with the Lakers as Dillon Brooks can't save it from going out of bounds. So looking at the replay, got Jim Jackson and Iron Eagle on the call on the TNT side. John, I'm here with you tonight. In the sense of you had Triple J inside off the pass, and John Morant, he wasn't able to get his feet past Malik Beasley, but this is going to stay with Troy Brown Jr. Triggerman sideline out of bounds. Fake the pass is Vanderbilt, and then that was a nice touch pass, but
Beasley couldn't hold it. And now Beasley has to try to get around Morant and the double team, and this is going to fall right to the Lakers. And Jared Vanderbilt is he's going to get an easy dunk. My goodness. 8:45 left to go in the first. Morant's got it now at the right wing. Will take his time as the shot clock is now down to 10. And this is swiped. Vanderbilt, he's played that excellent defense since coming over for the purple and gold. And Vanderbilt now with an extra pass to Schroder all over from the right wing. He missed it off the front of the rim. Anthony Davis tried to save it. Maybe this will be an over the back against the Memphis Grizzlies on AD. As the ball just moved all the way around, and Jared Vanderbilt, look what I found, able to stay Hedgeworth right in front of the basketball and get an easy dunk. So this is a pretty good game so far. Early in the first, it's 7-6 in favor of the Memphis Grizzlies. They are at home where they do not lose very much. Vanderbilt will get this trigger out of bounds, and this gets blocked by Triple J. And now here comes Morant. Morant now at the right wing. He's just going to step into the three over Anthony Davis and airball it. And this will be a chance for Dennis Schroder to race down the timeline. Schroder now from Vanderbilt. We'll get this pass as he tried to flip it again. And Jaren Jackson Jr. said no one more time. Here's a chance down the lane for Desmond Bane, and he lays it in with the left hand. 7:55 left to go in the first. It's a 9-6 lead for the Memphis Grizzlies. Schroder now at the left wing as Dillon Brooks is in his face. He's trying to use that off arm to get open, and now Malik Beasley going to fire the three. Hits it too strong off the top of the rim, and Xavier Tillman will get the rebound here for Desmond Bane. Bane cross court across the bare head, now trying to wrap around pass. As this gets taken away, it was Beasley with the rebound. Troy Brown Jr. has the basketball. He lost his dribble after the double. As this is picked up by Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt will wrap it around now for Troy Brown Jr. Now Beasley inside of Anthony Davis has to catch this basketball and then lay it in over two Grizzlies. And now it's a 9-8 game with 7:05 left to go in the first. Ja has it at the top of the key. 15 seconds to go on the shot clock. He can shoot the three if he wants it. Nobody was in his face, but he's going to leave it to Devin Brooks in the left wing. Devin Brooks with a series of crossovers. Now tries to step back before he tries to get to the lane, but this goes off the outside of the rim and then rebounded by AD. Nice look. Vanderbilt with the Euro. Anthony Davis gets it, but it's fouled, and he's going to go to the line to shoot two. Vanderbilt was trying to double clutch with an up and under, and at 6:40 left to go in the first, it's a 9-8 lead for Memphis. We go to immediate timeout. Come right back. Not a bad contest so far in this NBA and TNT Tuesday. Again, this is going to be my lone NBA assignment for the week. Tomorrow, it's going to be New Jersey and Colorado. That will be at 9 Eastern on the ESPN Plus side. So we will make sure that I have all of these lineups and stuff in front of me, and I can interact with the YouTube side as that comes along. I know that a lot of you are probably going to jump in and out tonight considering the thumbnail. But again, I can't show the game as far as the TNT side and the TV side is considered, because if I do that, it'll be demonetized. Not that I would be monetized anyway, but I'd never be able to do these types of streams anymore. So I'm just interested to see, as there's 4 Lakers that have scored: Davis, Vanderbilt, Brown, and Schroder. Out of the 8 points, they all have a basket. And then it's Dillon Brooks with a 3, and then a 2s for Jaren Jackson Jr., Tillman, and Bane right now, as we're 6:48 to go in the first commercial timeout. I'm interested to see, quite frankly, how the Lakers are going to do without LeBron James, because when you look at the NBA standings, and I'm going to duplicate this on my computer side so we can talk about this a little bit. Let's just pull these up. So looking at the NBA standings, the LA Lakers are outside of the playoffs right now. They're 12th in the West. But when you look at where 12th is in comparison to where 4 is, that is a difference of 3.5 games. So can the Lakers somehow make up 1.5, 2 games to get themselves all within a 6 or 7 spot? I think that they can, honestly. I really do. It's Anthony Davis. Again, it depends on his health. I think that only goes as far without saying on that side. But Jared Vanderbilt's been pretty good. And it's an opportunity for Anthony Davis to showcase one more time exactly what he can do. And for the Memphis Grizzlies, I think it's all business as usual for the rest of their squad. And when you look at Taylor Jenkins, I think he's an excellent head coach, but they're 5-7 in the recent stretch. 5.5 games behind the Nuggets, as we said. They're 43-19. I don't think that's going to change much for the Memphis Grizzlies. They'll probably be somewhat locked into a 2 or 3 seed. I don't see them falling up too much more than that. But can all of this translate into wins for the Memphis Grizzlies? That's the kind of problem with their team, is they love to showcase everything that they've done without actually accomplishing anything yet. And that can make for some very irate fans that aren't from Memphis, Tennessee, all the way across the board. I'd like to know, honestly, in this stretch of the NBA, where teams change as much as they do, and it seems like from day to day, these teams can look a lot different. But is there any hated teams in the NBA? And where do the Memphis Grizzlies rank? Because they're very good. But I loved the Klay Thompson quote from weeks ago in the sense of, you can do this when you start winning games, but when you don't win, it doesn't mean much. So that comes with chips. So I just want to throw this out there too, as far as the question is concerned. I said, can the Lakers make the playoffs without LeBron James? Just one vote so far, and that one says no. Anthony Davis is at the line as we return from the commercial break. It's now 9-9 as he makes the first. And again, it's easy to say no, and I can't disagree with the logic of it, but when you're only a couple of games back from a spot where you can be from 12th to 6th, it's hard to say that it can't happen. Anthony Davis is going to have to lead, though. He makes both free throws. 6:45. We'll have to go on the first. John on here with you at FedEx Forum. We're watching this on NBA and TNT. It's a TV-only feed tonight. If you try to get the Sunlink Pass, you won't be able to watch it. As Tillman will wrap this round for Morant, wide open at the top of the key. He missed it. And Anthony Davis with yet another rebound. As this goes for Dennis Schroder, and Austin Reaves will check in for the Lakers slowly across the bare head. Get this now to Anthony Davis near the right wing side as Tillman is in his face. Drop here for Reaves. Reaves try to probe in for Vanderbilt. Miss it off the side of the rim. And this is corralled by Desmond Bane. Desmond Bane in between his legs. He thought about shooting a 3 on Anthony Davis. He'll step back. He lost his dribble. And this will be picked back up by Aldama. And now Xavier Tillman. Tillman trying to spin around Schroder as he's got that size mismatch. And this is tapped in by Semi. It's 11-10 now. Memphis has the lead one more time with 5:50 left to go in the first. Vanderbilt and Beasley lost it out of bounds as Aldama punched it right away. And this will stay with Memphis as the ball is turned over as Taylor Jenkins looks on. Again, he got a contract extension, I think, in last year's offseason, as he continues to be a good coach with a really good roster on hand. Morant will bring this up the timeline now, right to left, as he races toward the left wing side. And Kennard now, a member of the Memphis Grizzlies, former Los Angeles Clipper and Detroit Piston, as Aldama puts the ball on the floor, tries to wrap around the back of his head, and Tillman lays it in over Vanderbilt and Anthony Davis. 13-10 Memphis with the lead, as it's Dennis Schroder. He gets this pass here for Austin Reaves. He's open to the right wing, and that is cash. 13-13 now. It's tied back up with 5:10 left to go in the first. Chance for Dillon Brooks. He gets for 12 feet. He's going to fall away with the floater and draws the foul against the LA Lakers. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2 upcoming here for the Memphis Grizzlies. And for Dillon Brooks, what you know about him is he's a guy that can certainly splash from the outside. You can definitely do that. You have to be able to probe inside a little bit to keep the defense honest as you look at Austin Reaves as he can one. And Dillon Brooks, his first free throw is off the mark. He's got one more coming to try to give Memphis the lead one more time. It'll be 14-13 if he splits the pair. As they're showing Anthony Davis right now. He's got all his dreads, a little bit of the headband. And this is Rui Hachimura, Washington Wizard, that was acquired from the trade deadline for a second-round pick. Rui's been really, really good. Now he gets to come off the bench for Darvin Ham squad. Probably could start. Dillon Brooks, 14.6 points per game this year, 54 games, about 40% field goal shooter. A little bit down from last season, but we'll take the 14.5, no doubt about it. As the pair from the free throws are split by Brooks, and it's a 14-13 lead here for Memphis. Schroder trying to get the screen there for Anthony Davis. All kinds of contact on the floor. I think this is going to stay with the Lakers as Somebody got all entangled, and Dillon Brooks picks up his second. Anthony Davis trying to get around Tillman, and Brooks pretty much had the forearm clothesline out there for Anthony Davis and knocked him down. So this will stay with the purple and gold. Dennis Schroder will get set to be the trigger man with 4:57 left to go in the first. John, out here with you on the call on NBA on the TNT feed tonight. This will go to Austin Reaves. He tried to get around Luke Kennard and Tillman. This pass was a wild one. Somehow saved by Davis. And Dillon Brooks, I think he may be called with another foul. And if that is his third in the first. And he's got to get the heck out of there for Taylor Jenkins' squad. They cannot allow him to pick up any more. That was an awful pass, honestly, by Austin Reaves that was somehow corralled by Anthony Davis. I think Laker fans might have been holding their breath as he was kind of pivoting with that right foot, looking like he didn't want to put pressure on it. So in losses, 23.5 points per game, 11 rebounds, and a -6. In wins, 28 points, 10.5 rebounds, and a +7 as he knocks down the first free throw, and he's got one more coming. So NBA on TNT is going to have a doubleheader. What I plan on is when we get into the half, I will get you a look around the league. I won't try to go too in-depth with the NHL scores because I know this is an NBA broadcast, but if there is nobody on the YouTube side or the Twitter Spaces side, I probably will indulge a little bit on that because there's been some moves at the trade deadline that I want to talk about, especially with Cooper Hopkins on Thursday or the Saturday, so I have a lot to get to when we get back into our hockey broadcast. So it's tied at 14, and Anthony Davis trying to make both. He'll be 3 for 4 at the line if he does, and he splits the pair again, but this is saved by the Lakers, and they got possession. So it's still 14-14. Austin Reaves lost the dribble, and now he traveled. That was just an awful decision. So awful decision with the basketball a couple times is Darvin Ham as the glare of death. Former Detroit Piston, ducking Darvin Ham as he pivoted with the foot, traveled, and then he also wrapped around a pass that was hopefully grabbed by Davis as Ja will flip it in. 16-14 with 4:25 left to go in the first. Austin Reaves will bring this up the timeline here for Schroder. He is not subbed out just yet. The Schroder, his pass there for Reaves. He probably should have shot it near the left wing side, and now he got slapped in the hands by Luke Kennard. So if the Lakers are in the bonus, they will indeed go to the line. I believe that's what the TNT line says. So yes, I am reading that correctly. There's a little bonus side then toward the score with a line and goal pointed toward it. So at least we know when someone's actually going to go to the line. So Austin Reaves will shoot 2. This season averaging about 10.5, 38% from 3, which is about where he was. 3 rebounds and 2.5 assists as he tries to make both. Anthony Davis 2 for 4 at the line, so he left a little bit of lettuce there. As this is going to be checked in is, let me go ahead and see if I can get a number on that. Lonnie Walker, he will check in for Dennis Schroder. He's going to run the backup point guard tonight. Austin Reaves will make both. And now it is a 16-16 game with 4:10 left to go in the first. It's been a pretty close contest all the way through so far. Nobody's been able to separate. Biggest lead has been 3 for Memphis. Morant has it with 10 seconds to go on the shot clock, and a 4 from 18 as he's trying to get saved up in the air by Tillman, and then he gets swatted. This should stay with the Memphis Grizzlies, however, with 3:55 left to go, but blocked by AD. 13 seconds left to go on the shot clock. As Tillman continues to be out there, he is not subbed yet. And with Steven Adams, as Iron Eagle is pointing out, you're going to have to play those extended minutes. As he's growing out those locks right now, he looks like a rock star. As this is on the right wing side, Luke Kennard with a no-look pass for Dillon Brooks. He missed it from 12 feet with the mid-range shot, and Rui Hachimura will cross the timeline. Dillon Brooks back out there. He's got 3 fouls. He's going to be very careful, as this will be an opportunity for Lonnie Walker. He gets wide open from a Davis screen, and will they negate the basket is the question off of an illegal screen. And this will go against the LA Lakers. So the mid-range shot from Lonnie that looked good is not going to count. And AD will pick up the foul. AD did not have his feet set, I guess, when Luke Kennard ran into him, but that kind of just looked like a forceful play by Luke Kennard. 5 turnovers to 2. Lakers have that misfortunate edge as another rebound by AD. And AD now has got 7 rebounds with 4 points. Davis with a half spin. He sets up an easy three for Troy Brown Jr., and that was awful. Morant with a 100-foot pass. And Zemi Aldama finishes off the fast break as he throws his arms out and winks, does Morant. 3 minutes left to go in the first, and Memphis has a 2-point lead back up one more time. As this is a tough, contested play by Lonnie Walker. He is slow to get out, but I think Austin Reaves is going to give an exaggerated pull, bring them back to his feet. Lakers will go to the line when we come back. It's an 18-16 lead for the Grizz. Appreciate you guys jumping in and out between the YouTube side. I don't care if there's not too many comments on the other end. As long as you guys jump in and out, enjoy your night. That's all that really matters for me. And we will pull up an extra window so we can go across the scoreboard when we get some time. There are quite a few NBA games here today on this Tuesday. Not a full slate, but I'll take a look as well, and we'll duplicate this again and put this on the NHL side, because if we have enough time to just go through scores at the half, we'll do that as well for dropping the puck. And Ottawa already has a 4-1 lead against Detroit in the first, so good thing I decided not to cover one of those games. I was going to maybe cover the Red Wings and the Sens for a home assignment, and the Sens are going to take both games, and essentially they could knock the Red Wings out of the playoffs right now. I know that there's still a couple months left to go in the NHL season, but that was a team that was directly behind you that you needed to show a pulse against, and you absolutely fell flat on your face and crapped your pants. If you're a Red Wings fan like I am, that is very tough. Listen to the broadcast in Detroit, Michigan today. And the other hockey assignment I thought about doing, but I'm glad we went to basketball, was the Panthers and the Lightning. And Panthers are up on the Lightning 3-0 after one. So, yeah, I'm glad we pivoted to do a basketball assignment. That is all I can say. For as much hockey as I cover, those games are not close, and they don't have the same type of intrigue that they should. So 4:17 left in the first. It's a 21-16 lead for the Wizards over the Hawks with no Kristaps tonight. 16-11 lead for the Brooklyn Nets over the Milwaukee Bucks with 6:23 in the first. Is Giannis playing tonight is the question. Yes, he is. He's got 2. Right now it is 6 for Mikal Bridges. He's the leading scorer for the Brooklyn Nets. Our game is 18-16 in a commercial break. The Grizzlies are out in front. We have the game that's most out in front right now, so that makes me happy on that side. Try to get this done early, get the assignment, and type a little bit of the Red Wings in the middle of the intermission when we get to it. The only other one to tell you about in progress is the Raptors and the Bulls, and the Raptors are 30-32 on the year, 19-13 at Scotiabank. If that is indeed what they still call it in Toronto, because they call their other hockey arenas, Scotiabank side or the Rogers side, it's a 16-11 lead for the Raptors over the Bulls. 3:57 in the first. So TNT is now the home of the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm going to have to make sure that I can get that TV feed. I did not know that was going to be switched.
Now, John might score more points. I think AD has a monster game. No LeBron, no Steven Adams. AD has to go crazy. The real question, what kind of a sweater?
So this is going to be Lakers at the line, and this is Lonnie Walker 4th. We're in the number 4, and I like that. They unilaterally. So it's 18-17 your score, and Lonnie's got an opportunity to make both. As he does, he ties the game once more. 2:57 left to go in this first. It's an 18-all. As this is a chance now for Desmond Bane to give this one back here for Tyus Jones. Tyus Jones going to run some backup point as Aldama tried to hook it, and he got swatted by Vanderbilt. And now Lonnie Walker is going to race left to right across the timeline. And he's going to shoot a contested layup as this gets tipped in by the LA Lakers. It's 20-18 now. An opportunity here for Bane off the half spin. Tries to probe his way into the mid-range. And now Kennard have to give this one to Bane as there's good active hands and defense by Troy Brown Jr. And now Kennard, former Piston and Clipper, has the ball, but he lost the dribble one more time. Missed a sin. Way back out to Tyus Jones. He's going to have to force something. Said he's going to get to the rim, and he's going to lay it over Austin Reaves. I thought he might have to force a three, as they're showing LBJ right now sitting on near the player's bench in the walking boot. It's tied at 20. Troy Brown Jr. Now for Lonnie, faking the Euro, going baseline. Troy Brown Jr. is wide open. He's got to hit one of these, and he missed it again. Is this an opportunity for Tyus Jones, right wing three? He knocks it down. Tyus Jones with 5 straight points. It's a 23-20 lead for the Memphis Grizzlies with 1:35 left to go in the first. So Tyus Jones doing pretty good off the bench right now. He's getting a quick 5. Austin Reaves has the separation on Kennard, but he doesn't decide to pull the trigger as he'll back it all the way out here for Lonnie Walker. Lonnie Walker, now Austin Reaves. Austin Reaves trying to dribble in between his legs. I'll pass this inside now, back out again. Troy Brown Jr. again for 3. He is 0 for 5. As this gets collected, Brown trying to get it inside, and he missed the layup. And now a foul is going to be called with a $1:09 left to go in the first. So not good shooting from the outside for the LA Lakers right now, but they're only down 3. It's 23-20. And if I look at this live looking on the ESPN box score, the Lakers are 1 for 8. Troy Brown Jr. is 0 for 3. And a couple of those ones that were just missed, that was Vanderbilt. That took the last trigger. As this will get picked up here by Luke Kennard. Kennard pivot. He's going to step back from 10, miss it off the front of the rim, and this will be rebounded by Lonnie Walker. Walker will take it near the right wing side. He'll get the screen. And now this will be picked up by Rui Hachimura. He tried to spin around Aldama. He'll fade from 10. And Rui cans the shot. 23-22. Memphis lead cut back down to 1 with 40 seconds left to go in the first. He'll dribble the basketball as the save some of the shot clock as Tyus Jones will bring it right to left again. The Memphis Grizzlies in all black in the FedEx Forum. Now they're at home. Desmond Bane step back for 3 for the right wing, miss off the front of the rim, and this is rebounded by the LA Lakers. And I want to make sure that I get my numbers and stuff in front of me because I'm not really seeing that's Wenyen Gabriel that just got the rebound. He is a little bit of a power forward, and I see him on the left wing side, so I'll keep my eye out on that. So Lakers are bleeding out this shot clock. Now it's down to 5. Austin Reaves is going to lose this in between his legs. It's a battle for the basketball, trying to get picked up, and we don't have a signal yet from the referee whose it's going to be, but it's 4 seconds left to go in the first. 23-22 is the scoreline, and Memphis has a 1-point lead as Darvin Ham continues to look on. Again, when I see his eyes, he just looks a little sad, and I think that's only because LeBron James is eating some popcorn in a walking boot. So Gabriel trying to get the rebound. Luke Kennard has an opportunity. He lets it go at the buzzer. Yes! Luke Kennard with the buzzer beater. 26-22. And Memphis takes a 4-point lead in the first quarter. Luke Kennard got it off in time. It was out of his hands with a half a second left. And the Grizzlies have a 4-point lead.
The groom's parents, who think they're looking at photos of their handsome boys, they're not. She just saw how much they spent on ballroom dance classes. Won't be needing those anymore.
Digital tools so impressive, you just can't stop thinking. What would you like the power to do?
That's Signal? Yes, what's up, dude? Man, you want to grab selfie? Oh, for sure. I'll see you when they go in. All right. What's that? Ooh. What's this? Easy go. Okay, I see you. Oh, man. Hey, we're going to play one-on-one or what? Let's go.
Get a free Google Pixel 7 Pro when you trade in any Pixel phone, any year, any condition.
Dove Men invited dermatologists to test new advanced hair body washes that start solving skin issues in the shower.
It's a very great way to control your breakouts. For my clients with dry skin, I would absolutely recommend this product.
New Dove Men advanced hair body washes.
BK Stackers, one burger cheese, burger cheese, burger cheese, burger cheese, burger cheese, burger cheese, bacon, burger cheese. We can do this all day. And BK, have it your way.
What's his deal?
Oh, him? He just got cash back. Someone was racketing.
I know the feeling. I just never dance in public.
Start of the second quarter, the numbers without LeBron James compared to with LeBron James for this Lakers team. Obviously, there's a drop-off in every single category, as you would expect. Moments ago, Jared Vanderbilt with Lakers guard Austin Reaves.
Austin, the whole basketball world wants to know how the Lakers are going to do while LeBron James is out. So take us into the locker room. What's been discussed? What's the mentality approach as LeBron is injured?
Obviously, you never want to see one of your brothers go down like that. So, prayers to him and whatever he's dealing with. And the next thing was just next man up mentality. We got a lot of talent on the team, and we're not one person's going to fill that void. So we just got to chip in and do what we can.
Anthony Davis, he said that nothing surprises him about your performances lately, what you're able to do. What has gone into all the success you've had in your second year?
Playing with guys like this, having confidence. They instill in me every day. Coaches as well, so that's the main thing. Just stay confident in what I do because I put in the work.
Excellent.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, there is a lot of trust on this team in regards to Austin Reaves.
Start of the second quarter, Luke Kennard just hit a buzzer beater at the end of the first. It's 26-22. The Memphis Grizzlies have a 4-point lead over Hachimura, trying to get around the defense of the Memphis Grizzlies as they'll step back to 10 feet, and this gets picked up now by Desmond Bane. Bane will race down on the right wing side, and he'll flip it right in as nobody picked him up. He almost faked the baseline as well. And now the lead has ballooned to 6. That is the biggest of the game right now, 28-22. And a pass goes right out of bounds to the delight of the Memphis home crowd there for the Lakers. It's a turnover, 28-22, still your score. With 11:25 left to go in the first. John on here with it, coming into the NBA play-by-play. This is an NBA on TNT Tuesday. A little early is time for me on the East Coast is Luke Kennard. Misses from the 3. He was open on the right wing side, and Gabriel will get the rebound. As this gets picked up now by Austin Reaves. Reaves will try to leave this here for Lonnie Walker. Lonnie Walker will fake a pivot, and then he's going to shoot from the top of the key for 3 and knock it down. 28-25. Lakers back within 3. As this is Desmond Bane now. On the right wing side, he will get the screen by Brandon Clarke. And then he'll try to go right to the lane and put it right in. So Desmond Bane, he's looked good in the second quarter so far. 2 drives, 2 baskets. As Austin Reaves will get some time bringing the ball up the timeline. Reaves, he got caught in a Black Friday mall phone booth there as he had nowhere to go. And Desmond Bane, they showed on the previous as he just floated that one right over Gabriel with the outstretched hands. So I like that. When you're not knocking down your threes, go to the line, try to make your baskets. Go to the lane, try to get something done. 6 points on 3 of 4 with 3 rebounds. He scored all of his baskets inside. So Austin Reaves will get the trigger from Jared Brown Jr. on the sideline out of bounds. And now it's Lonnie Walker as he jabs a couple of step backs. And this is rebounded by Clarke. And now Tyus Jones will bring this up the timeline here for the Grizz. Tyus will pass this across for Triple J, right wing side. And this is rebounded by Gabriel as he skies and cleans up the pumpkin. Leaves it here for Reaves. Reaves off the step back. He's got Bane on him now. He gets through off the crossover, and he traveled as he attempted to pass this one to Troy Brown Jr., but it ended up back in his own hands. And Darvin Ham has said, what the hell are you doing that for? Just make the easy pass. You don't need a lip reader to be able to say that. He tried to wrap it around and all contested, but he could have just dropped it right off. So Tyus Jones now for Bane. As he has the defensive Troy Brown Jr. in front of him, and Triple J will get to the lane. He missed it up in front of the rim, and Rory Hachimura He's going to race all the way down. He's going to go to the lane and get rejected. As heavily falling to the floor was Tyus Jones. That's got to hurt that back a little bit. Semi Aldama. That one did not feel good. But Rory Hachimura going all the way down the lane. I think that was John Konchar that got smoked as he tried to go get the pumpkin. Yes, it was. He tried to get a jump over between Lonnie Walker and Gabriel. Came to just give him a sideline slap. So that's going to stay with the Grizzlies. It's going to go the other way. Tyus Jones down the lane off the Euro. Missed it up in front of the rim. And Clarke tried to sky to finish it. But this will go to Reaves. He'll step back from the right wing side and knock it down. 30-28 as Austin Reaves cans the three. 9:25 left to go in the second. John here with you on the NBA play-by-play on TNT. That's FedEx Forum right now. Jaren Jackson Jr. Now for Clarke. Clarke has it. He didn't start his dribble, but you know he did. He's going to leave this one back out for Bane. Bane is open from three off a beautiful screen. And Desmond Bane could do nothing but knock that one down. 33-28 as it leads back up to 5 for Memphis. Now Reaves. Nice pass off of the scoop. Darvin Ham didn't want him to do that the first time, but that was a much cleaner pass and even just as difficult as Austin Reaves gets the assist on a Wayne Gabriel slam. 8:50 left to go in the second. There's a pass from Jones as this tried to go to Triple J. He got taken away. Lonnie Walker with the pass to Troy Brown Jr. gets knocked out of his hands. Is this going to be turned over on the Lakers? Troy Brown Jr. is not having a great day right now for the LA Lakers. I would imagine if you could put any kind of forward in there right now, you would probably make that sub because he is missing all his threes. He's turning the ball over, bouncing off his foot, and he's just not look comfortable right now. But the Lakers are still within 3. It's 33-30. Tyus bringing up the timeline now for Clarke. Clarke with the step. Clarke with the move now for Bane as he puts it back up and in. And Bane scores again on the inside, this time as he hooks it from 10. Lonnie Walker now with Dennis Schroder as he makes the pass. Rory Hachimura with the spin, trying to make it over 3 Grizzlies. And Rory Hachimura, the former Wizard, makes it a 35-32 game. As this is a chance for Bane. Is he going to try to make another pass or works him on the inside? Konchar gets his 3 blocked from the left wing. Good work by Lonnie Walker. And now it's a 4-on-3. A step-in shot for Rui from 12, and he missed it up the front of the rim, and Clarke will get the mess. Tyus Jones on the left wing. He's got Schroder in front of him. He steps back, shoots the 3 off the front of the rim, and Schroder will get the rebound. We'll cross the timeline now left to right for the purple and gold. Make the pass for Lonnie Walker. He's wide open from the right wing side, and Gabriel gets the easy rebound. We're going to shot clock 14 reset here for the Lakers. Lonnie Walker is going to try this again from Schroder, this time with the second opportunity. He does not miss. Ties the game at 35, and it's going to be a timeout for Taylor Jenkins. 7:30 left in the half. We're tied at 35. It's been a close game. Stay with me. What's going on, C? How are you doing, my friend? So tonight I have the LA Lakers and the Memphis Grizzlies. Again, the Lakers are 29-32. They're tied at 35. They're playing without LeBron, who was in a walking boot. And the Memphis Grizzlies are 36-23, head coached by Taylor Jenkins. They're sitting second in the West. They're 5-7 in the recent stretch. They're 5.5 games behind the Denver Nuggets, who are 43-19 with the best record in the West. So tomorrow it's going to be back to the ice, as Alec Nava is going to join me in between the Colorado Avalanche and the New Jersey Devils. That's going to be at 9:15 Eastern. I don't know if he's going to split the play-by-play duties because sometimes with the roommate he can't actually have enough voice, as he would get in trouble on that side. It's college life on that side, but not that worry for me. I'm a 35-year-old doing this in my room. As far as the YouTube side and the Twitter Spaces, this is a TV feed in between NBA and TNT now. So if you try to get this on League Pass, just like it was for a situation when we did the Boston Bruins and the Edmonton Oilers last night, both those games are blocked off because that one was on NHL Network. This one's on NBA and TNT. So I'm going to try to get 6 out of 7 days streamed because next week is a heavy schedule as far as on location. So Busy Thursday, can't do anything. Friday got a dentist appointment, and Saturday and Sunday I'll be on location here because I'm broadcasting from like Waterford, Michigan, pretty much thereabouts. But I have a semi-pro assignment with the Waterford Sharks doing the play-by-play for Saturday and Sunday. So this YouTube and Twitter Spaces stuff, I'll probably be able to get a couple games, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. That's about it. So I'm loading up as much as I can this week. When we get to the first intermission, I will give you a look as far as the NBA scoreboard that we have. Maybe go through some NHL scores as well. I won't have time to get to all the NHL trade deadline stuff. I'm going to save that with Cooper Hopkins, normal broadcast partner, which I'm play-by-play in color on Thursday or Saturday when we either do Toronto and Calgary or Minnesota and Calgary on Saturday. So those should be good ones. I know the NHL deadline is Friday. Patrick Kane's already been traded. So that's the big one is the Rangers get another one. They add Vlad Tarasenko and Patrick Kane. There's been a lot going on to differentiate. If you want to follow Alec Nava on Twitter, my broadcast partner for tomorrow, you can do so on that side, ALEC, Nava, Nava. He's going to have the trade deadline show and all that stuff on Friday, I imagine, for a few hours. I am going to take the day off. I'm going to need it at that point with 4 days of streaming. So Darvin Ham, he's got some words as we're going to go side by side here for a moment. 35-34 is the score as the Lakers have just taken the lead. Purple and gold trying to knock it away. Xavier Tillman checks back in. It's Tyus Jones back out there from the right wing side as Ja is getting an extended stay on the bench. 7-11 left to go in the second, but I imagine depending on how many games you follow there for the Memphis Grizzlies, this is his normal bench time. But the Lakers have taken the lead, so at some point, Ja's going to come back here for the end of this first half. 7-11, just like the convenience store, open all day. It is a dump inside for Tyus Jones. This is beginning back from Luke Kennard, and now Xavier Tillman, Michigan State man, had his shot blocked. He picks it back up, trying to get around Anthony Davis. Gets it again. His third opportunity as this gets corralled by Triple J. And then taken away. Schroder up the fast break. It's a 3-on-2 lob for Lonnie Walker as he slams it down 37-34. And now the Lakers, off of a scintillating play, it's Jared Jenkins swatted by Davis as he's been all over the floor. And now we have a call before it can go back the other way for the purple and gold. So Anthony Davis, they talk about this when LeBron is not on the floor. He just seems to take over the basketball game. Well, how about a pair of blocks? And then a lob the other way from Schroder to Lonnie Walker, kind of the point guard to shooting guard way. And Anthony Davis looking like his old self from the New Orleans Pelicans, getting a couple swats. As this will be a check back in for Ja. He's going to pass this on the sideline out of bounds as this goes now to Dillon Brooks. And Dillon Brooks has it with 8 seconds to go. The shot clock. Kennard from the right wing. Missed it off in front of the rim. And now fast break opportunity for Vanderbilt. If he wants to shoot the three, but he's going to put this back up to Anthony Davis at the top of the key with Dennis Schroder. 12 seconds left to go on the shot clock. 6:15 left to go in the half. Lakers have a 3-point lead. Schroder, lead for Davis. Davis going to fall away from 18. Spin it a couple times, but it fell off the rim, and Ja will get the pumpkin. He'll go right to left. Ja with the spin. Up and under over Davis, but he missed it. That would have been acrobatic. As this goes now for Schroder. Davis putting his head down, getting to the lane. He draws the foul. AD going to go to the line to shoot 2. And I will say this. I know what everybody talks about with Anthony Davis and his injuries. I hope that he just continues to stay healthy as he is shaking out the left hand right now, as I'm sure he smacked it against a few of the Memphis Grizzlies going into the lane. But I just hope he continues to stay healthy because the Lakers are going to need him for this postseason push. Again, as someone that's commentating from Detroit, Michigan, I don't have a fanfare on either one of these teams because the Pistons are absolute dog water. So I just want to watch good teams play basketball and love to be able to do the play-by-play and color and analysis as Anthony Davis continues to shake out that hand. He made the first free throw, got another one coming. But they're going to need him for this postseason push. And if Anthony Davis, again, the way it is in the West, the Lakers are 12th. If they get a couple games here, they can go from 12th to 6th quickly in 2.5 games. Game's 1, as this is missed again. Davis is 3 for 6 from the line. He's not been sharp there, but he's got 6.7 rebounds. How about this? 4 blocks. As Tillman get this one now for Brooks. He'll step back on the right wing side. He pretty much got all around Jared Vanderbilt, but he missed the shot as Troy Brown Jr. gets the rebound now for Schroder. Wants the screen there from Davis off the show and go, but it's kind of a pick and pop situation. And now it's Anthony Davis against Dillon Brooks, but he's pretty far away from the basket. Davis with the spin. Try to wrap around the pass, but it goes a little bit too far and out of the hands of purple and gold, and this is turned over. So turnover against the LA Lakers, and quickly here comes John Morant with 15 seconds left to work on the shot clock, about 5:15 left to go in the half. It's a 38-34 lead for the Lake Show. Aldama, right wing 3, missed it off the front of the rim, and Anthony Davis made his life difficult off the rebound opportunity for Xavier Tillman. This is going to allow a bounce pass. They try to find Davis cutting in. It's Ja. One-on-one sidesteps, lays it right in. He didn't have to dunk it over everybody. He just kind of sliced like, I can't believe it's not butter, heated up a little bit. And a timeout, I believe, is going to be called by Darvin Ham. So just under 5 minutes, 38-36. Lakers up by a pair.
Okay, dog. Your milkshakes cost way less than before this membership. That's cool. What else we got? How does the fox say?
All right, so before we get into the half, as we're pretty close, we got 4:59 left to go in the second. Get you some scores, and we'll update this when we get to the half. As now we have another game that's underway. The Kings all over the Young Thunder. SGA has entered COVID-19 protocols. So for the Thunder, that has kind of been all around it this season as far as sticking in. They're 28-32. How are they going to do without SGA? I know some of my friends don't agree with the statement that I'm about to say, but with SGA, when you think about point guards in the West, again, it's hard to compare with Luka Doncic because he's more of a small forward, correct? He's 6'8", so I throw him out of the equation. But when I say Ja Morant and I say SGA, let's throw out Luka Doncic because we know he's the best offensive player in the world. Is SGA maybe the third or fourth best point guard in the West? I know Steph Curry. I get that. But let's not start thinking about long in the tooth. Let's remember that SGA averages about 30 and 8. I mean, these numbers are exceptional for Sam Presti and the squad for the OKC Thunder when you think about Russell Westbrook being a franchise point guard at one time, and you want another one, well, you got one now in SGA. The Nuggets and the Rockets are also underway now. It's 19-15 lead for Denver. Denver coming off the loss to this Memphis Grizzlies team, but they got the lead by 4. Raptors and Bulls within 2 at 5:01 in the second. Raptors up by a pair, 36-34. It's the Nets have a 6-point lead on the Bucks right now, 35-29. And the Wizards with 4:39 left in the second. They have a 2-point edge on Hawks as they're playing at State Farm Arena, 45-43. What I didn't understand at the deadline, and I'm sure this is a money situation, so I'm a little bit farther away from it than most Hawks fans would be, but why do you want to move on from John Collins, ? He's a guy that can knock down the 3. He's crazy athletic. He can get you some rebounds. He can hit some mid-range. He's a do-it-all big man. I understand with Nate McMillan, I know this was about a week and a half ago in the sense of moving on. You're not getting along with Trae Young. Maybe Trae Young is the freaking problem and why the Hawks are only a game above 500 at 31-30. Nobody wants to say that because he's supposed to be the future of the franchise. And look, there were so many teams that screwed up. Hawks could have had an opportunity to get Luka Doncic too, but I don't know. I don't think Trae's very well liked around the league unless you're an NBA fan that loves him knocking out threes. But as far as that locker room, I'd love to know. So back underneath the action now, 4:45. As this is a chance for Schroder for 3. He missed it off the front of the rim and a good rebound. As this is picked up by Malik Beasley. And Beasley will set this back up here for Schroder, but he got 5 seconds in which to work with on the shot clock. Schroder now a pass for Austin Reaves. He'll fake it. Leave it for Schroder now. He fakes it again. He's going to run out of time Has to let it go with a half a second left, and Morant will get the rebound here for the Memphis Grizzlies. Has it now on the right wing side. He's going to probe and now attempt to back down Austin Reaves, and he'll hook and he'll miss as this bounces all the way around the rim. This will go with the LA Lakers, however. 38-36. 4:14 left to go in the half. John out here with you on the call. This has been a good contest so far. I think the biggest lead has been 5. And the second time that I've covered Morant this year, he's not had a great game once again, so I must be a jinx. 4 points and 2 of 9 shooting with 4 assists. He's slow to get out of the gate. Anthony Davis against Xavier Tillman. Shot clock down to 5. He'll hook from 12, miss it off the front of the rim, and Aldama. His job will look to push. With a pass, and this is too easy. Nobody picks up the Michigan State man, Xavier Tillman. And now it's 38-38 with 3:35 left to go in the half. So Schroder has Dillon Brooks in his face, as now it's Xavier Tillman and Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis set a screen for Reaves, try to probe the baseline on Luke Kennard. That was a hopeful pass, but Beasley will collect it, and he missed it easily from 10 feet. John, a one-on-one with Davis. And Davis tries to poke it away. And this will be last touch off of Davis, maybe off the left foot. He's going to plead his case like a lot of NBA players will like to do. They always want to get that case in the basketball and do whatever they can with the ref. And this goes off the right hand of Davis as he last touched it. So John's going to hit the left wing in the corner. Nobody's going to pick him up. And Dennis Schroder dared him to shoot, and he dared correctly as John misses. Schroder now left to right across the timeline for the purple and gold. As this is Beasley just inside the 2-point line, and in between Beasley and Troy Brown Jr., that's got to be somewhat, off the top of my head, maybe a 1 for 11. Not great right now. As Anthony Davis tried to get a pass to Austin Reaves, but he threw it right into the stanchion out of bounds near the players' bench, where Ron Artest made famous at the Malice at the Palace all those years ago. I remember that as being a Pistons fan. 38 across is the score with 2:50 left to go in the second. Morant now for Luke Kennard as Aldama, series of up fakes, and now Tillman. Tillman's got the space on Davis. And now Luke Kennard back to Aldama. Aldama puts the ball on the floor. He'll hook it from 12, and he gets the English from the friendly roll. It's 40-38. Memphis back up by 2. Lakers have no points in the last 3:30. And Schroder walks with the basketball. That's going to continue. It's going to be Memphis ball as they have a 2-point lead with 2:28 left to go in the half. John here with you. This is the NBA on TNT feed. We're broadcasting on Twitter Spaces as I got C along with me. Thank you, my friend, on that side and on the YouTube side. It's at John Reinach. If you want to get the clear audio, and apologize for anyone that bumps it on the YouTube. Obviously, I can't show the game because it'll be a complete demonetized. Not that I ever would be, but wouldn't be able to do these streams. Lob opportunity for from Tillman on the left side baseline, and there's not many point guards that can do that. 6 points now and 5 assists and 3 of 12. Austin Reaves trying to answer for 3. Knocks it down, draws the foul. 4-point play for Austin Reaves upcoming. 2:08 left to go in the second. So after that pretty play, Austin Reaves, let's just say, I'm going to get the 4-point play the hard way. You get your flashy 2. I'll take the 4. It's worth a lot more. Double, in fact, if he can spread this at the line and give the Lakers a tie. Trying to make it 42 all. I appreciate that. See, 8 points, 2 of 2, 2 of 2 from the line. Trying to go 3 of 3. He's got 9 points. Pair of threes and 3 from the free throw line. So a great job for Austin Reaves per usual. He loves to shoot. Has it now. He will wrap around pass for Tillman. Trying to collect this pumpkin. Dillon Brooks going to be all alone now. From the right wing side, and Austin Reaves will push this basketball. It's 4-on-3 advantage for the Lakers. Vanderbilt's pass gets knocked away. This could have been last touch. This is last touch. Vanderbilt's pass was trying to be collected there by Troy Brown Jr. and Darvin Ham is shaking his head one more time. He is just not happy with Troy Brown Jr. right now. Desmond Bane, he tries to get down the lane. He floats this from 10 feet, somehow draws the foul against the Lakers. Did not see much myself, as NBN TNT is going to have a little half-and-half commercial logo. This will put the Grizzlies at the line. This will be Desmond Bane shooting 2. What we know about Desmond Bane, as I said before in the previous stop, and I know I'm going to repeat myself, but not to see, which is good. In the sense of it, we know Desmond Bane can knock down shots from distance. But what I like is he knows that those spots are being taken away. He has 11 points. He's 5 of 6 from the field goal line and 3 rebounds. Trying to make 2 at the free throw line as he does. He knows the 3-point space is not being coveted. So what is he doing? He's getting inside. He's making some floaters. He's drawing some fouls. He's doing exactly what you need to do. Desmond Bane, 12 points, 5 of 6 shooting, and 3 rebounds. He had a great half so far. And Davis, a legal screen against the Lakers. And please don't tell me this is against Troy Brown Jr. This is Malik Beasley. This time, I can't imagine what the conversation would be in the locker room. I'm about to be on a minutes restriction, my friend, as this goes right to left. And now it's Ja with 1:15 left to go in the first. Ja will flip from 8, somehow miss it off the front of the rim, but no matter. Xavier Tillman will get the rebound and put back. 46-42 as Memphis back up by 4. Schroder probes baseline. Austin Reaves wide open from the right wing side, and he got the friendly roll. Austin Reaves is on fire. 46-45 as the Lakers back within 1. 55 seconds left to go. Now he's got 15 points on 4 of 4, 3 of 3 from the line, and all of his baskets besides the ones at the line are threes. Austin Reaves gets the rebound. Dribbles it in between his legs, and he crosses the timeline in time as Malik Beasley, former Minnesota Timberwolves, will flip it in. And the Lakers go back up by 1. Now they get the turnover. Reaves for 3. Trying to get slammed out of the air. Davis puts it back in. And the Lakers now up by 3. 49-46. And this was a bad turnover on the other end by Triple J as the Lakers go back up by 3. 28 seconds left to go at the half, a 10 seconds difference on the shot clock. Here's Ja. He's going to bleed some time away against Dennis Schroder. Down to 7 seconds now. Ja, step back, get down the lane, gets blocked by Davis. That's his 5th, and he saves it out of bounds. What a play by the Lakers again. And now they're going to get the basketball to end the first half. So to end the first quarter, it was a Luke Kennard 3, but it's not going to be that way this time as the purple and gold will get this basketball. The 5th block for Anthony Davis as he is on some kind of mission right now without LeBron James. And for fans of the Lakers, you say, hey, you expect this from Anthony Davis, especially when LeBron's not on the floor. But just to see it again with my own 4 eyes, as you see within my profile picture, that is good to see that Anthony Davis is back on a mission with 5 blocks right now. So the Lakers have a 3-point lead as we welcome Chris. How are you doing, my friend? I know he's always watching the Brooklyn Nets. Step back for Schroder. Just try to get saved by Davis. Can he save it before it goes out of bounds, though? No, he cannot. So this will be last shot opportunity here for the Memphis Grizzlies. It's a 49-46 game. Lakers have a 3-point lead, but this will be Memphis basketball as LeBron's got some questionable looking eyes as he continues to munch on that popcorn as the leg is in the walking boot. John Konchar will sit down. So 2.3 left to go in the second. They're going to have to go all the way on the other end. Timeout if you want to. Dillon Brooks, we'll see if he'll baseball pass this thing. Try to get this across the half court. Xavier Tillman got it off in time, and they missed it off the front of the rim. 49-46 your score. The Lakers carry a 3-point lead into the locker room as we've hit half. Come right back. It's been a good contest so far. Lakers show up by 3. So we've just hit the half. If you're joining on YouTube, it's a 49-46 score. I appreciate it, C. You are too kind, my friend. As it's 49-46 at half, I'm going to do a little bit of typing in as far as my assignment. He's going to go ahead and peace out for this halftime. Maybe he will join back in. So let's just give you your top scorers here at the half. Leading the LA Lakers. How about this? Austin Reaves, 4 for 5 from the field, 4 for 5 from 3. He's got 15 points. And AD is having one of his best games. He's having a throwback game. Anthony Davis has 8 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 blocks. For the Memphis Grizzlies, it's Desmond Bane. With 12. And Xavier Tillman has 8 on 4 of 11. And if you combine Morant and Xavier Tillman, they are 7 for 25, and yet Memphis is only down 3. So if you're a glass half full type of fan for the Memphis Grizzlies, you should feel pretty good about that because Anthony Davis, 8 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 blocks, and the Lakers only up by 3.
Check the router. It all state. You better protect the man while saving up to 25% when you bundle an auto. Some have streets under $2. These cravings come in different sizes, just like it's. Take your events. So I got a $2 or $3.
So Memphis took the first quarter by 4, and Lakers took the next quarter, the second, by 7. 26-22 after 1, 27-20 in the second quarter. It's a 49-46 lead, as it turns out, at the half for the LA Lakers.
As Candace Parker joined Rhythm Nation. Hey, she missed the baseball hat. But she got it. Okay. We'll get her on after these highlights. Let's take a look at how we got here at Memphis Lakers. Let's dive in. Stone Cold Dillon Brooks in action. Anthony Davis, a lot on his big shoulders. Back by with LeBron out. Playoffs. Beasley, AD, gets it to fall. Memphis, though, at the 9-8 lead. Low score first quarter. Off the tip. Addition, Luke Kennard for deep. I thought this in the back left go. Yeah, because Memphis won the first quarter. The parlay's alive. There's LeBron in the boots. He was eating popcorn as well. Go Arenas. Dillon Brooks here to steal. Morant flies in there. And then now a lob to Morant. Get up. Oh. 6 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists for Ja. Anthony Davis, though, watching gathering, gets the rebound, puts it up, and that's where we are, 49-46. The Lakers bench, they average 40 points per game. Well, there are American Express teammates because they already had 33 in the first half. Austin Reaves, 4 of 5 from downtown, getting some contributions from Rui, Wenyen, and Lonnie as well. Memphis shooting just 3 of 19 for 3. The Lakers, 15 turnovers in the first half, but they're still leading this one 49-46. We knew it was all going to be on Anthony Davis. He's been pounding the boards, defending the glass in the first.
Yes, he's playing solid. Playing very solid. playing really good, especially on the defensive end and on the board. But we need a go-to guy. We need a lot of offense for you. Player one the first half. I like to see the adjustments you have to make. Listen, he's Anthony Davis, one of the greatest players ever. He can make the shot, but you need a go-to guy. Depending on you, sometimes you have to mix it up. Here he is right here. We always, pick on these guys and we want to get inside a little bit. But right now he's off. Hands off for Austin Reaves and Lonnie walking. But right here, this is what we need to do. Pound the glass. Right here, get on the inside. Take a high percentage shot. Closer you are, a high percentage shot. Now, keep playing fabulous on the defensive. Dominant, like the candidates and like Jamal like to say. This is what we did before. We already talked about him playing well offensively. Defensively also, he has to do everything for his team to go 16-5, for them to get that 6 spot and possibly make the playoff game. This is every day. So I'm not going to jump on him because the Lakers are up. But he's step it out. He has to step it up.
Like, what was the synonym?
Guess what? 5 shots is not enough. You need to go to I want 10 or 11 shots I have.
What was the synonym for dominant that you looked up?
I forgot.
You forgot the synonym?
Yes.
Yeah, we were looking at dictionary stuff.
No, that's the definition.
Yeah, 8 points, 10 rebounds, 4 blocks for Anthony Davis. It is now his 15th game of 3 or more blocks in one game, stepping up on the defensive end. But we're seeing a lot from the others on the Lakers.
And the others are what's keeping them in this game. And the others are what's going to have to pull out some of these victories with LeBron out. 15 turnovers with your main ball handler out. That's expected. How do you make up for it on the defensive end? I know this is not a bench guy. This is a guy that's in the center, but giving up hustle plays off the Reaves, making plays, a playmaker, 4 or 5 from beyond the yard, took that 3 into the corner. Other probably would have been 4 or 4. And then you got Lonnie Walker stepping up, knocking down the 3. Austin Rivers getting the and 1 3-pointer from beyond the yard. I mean, the Lakers are in this with 15 turnovers. If you're telling me that they're up by 3, they take care of the ball. Others can continue to produce and play on the defense.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will take a look as far as the score line across the NBA. I have my other assignment that's typed so far in the interim between the Red Wings and the Sens. Glad I almost wanted to, at the beginning of this week, cover the Red Wings against the Sens just to see, because that's the team that's out in front that they need to be able to step on as far as the rest of the schedules, because next week you're going to have a back-to-back against the Boston Bruins. Well, essentially now the Red Wings have played themselves out of a playoff spot. I'm just going to say it right now. When you drop both of those games against the Ottawa Senators, I don't even think it's a short-sighted thing to say. There's games you got to win. You are on the precipice of the doorstep right now. You're losing your games in hand. The Pittsburgh Penguins are going to have their game in hand one more time as you stay at 64 points when you could have had 68. And the Ottawa Senators, who have been hotter than a firecracker, who I've said, everyone continues to dismiss them for, I don't know why, for whatever reason. They've won both games against the Red Wings. They'll get to 64 points, and now they will only be 3 points out of the playoff spot, as they'll have 60 games played. So they got an opportunity here, the Ottawa Senators. They make no bones about what they can do offensively. They have stone cold slapped the Red Wings in back-to-back games in which the Red Wings had to get points. And it's just not going to happen. You can't do that, because unless you go into the Saturday and Sunday next week and win both games against the Boston Bruins, that's the only way that you're going to get my confidence back. It was fun to watch that stuff. And I know Cooper Hopkins and I talked about it. You know, it was a feel-good story for the Red Wings to get 5 and then win 7 out of 9. But that's what it took for them to get back into it. And a couple losses, when you're trying to fight back into it, a couple losses is enough to turn this back completely the other way. Let's just be honest. So I will not go through the NBA trade deadline. But since I don't have anyone else on this YouTube side, I think I'm just going to chill out right now.
Front desk. We can give you a late checkout. Absolutely. That's weird.
Back for another flounder sandwich?
And a shit tackle box. Let us eat the fish while y'all enjoy seafood that you love. Get them before they're gone.
free and easy to play. Let me break it down. You pick what you think will happen. Think the Warriors will stack more boards than the Sixers? Pick. Nuggets trade more threes than Bucks? You guessed it. Pick. Next, you watch the games. You get points for every correct pick. And you can even win awesome prizes. How awesome? How about autographed gear with your favorite players? Play NBA Pick today. Free to play at NBA.com/pick or on the NBA app. Pick, watch, win.
All right, so let's go through, because we do have somebody on the YouTube side, so I'll go through it as far as our NBA scoreboard as we're sitting at the half. It is a lead for the LA Lakers right now, 49-46. Let's take a look at what's going on in the association. 56-52 at the half. Hawks have the lead over the Wizards, and again, that's without Kristaps Porzingis. The Nets are up 10 against the Milwaukee Bucks, 62-52. Bulls, same thing against the Raptors at the half, 46-44. In our game, it's 49-46 for the Lakers over the Grizz. In the second quarter action, it's 44-37 Nuggets over the Rockets, 48-43 as the Kings have the edge over the Thunder, and the Mavs have a very early lead, just about a minute and a half in, over the Pacers, 5-4. Other late games, TNT doubleheader is going to be Timberwolves and Clips at 10 Eastern, a 9 Eastern start. That'll be about 25 minutes from now for the Spurs and the Jazz. And the other 10 o'clock game is the Trailblazers and the Warriors. What is Damian Lillard going to do against the Golden State Warriors if he had just dropped 71 not too long ago? Golden State is a 5-point favorite as they're 24-7 at Chase Center, but they are awful on the road. If they've won 24 games with a 31-30 record, on the other end they are 7-23 on the road. How is that possible? But that is the case. Let's take this across, and I just talked about this on the Red Wings side as far as NHL scores and being a little bit upset about that, but that's the way it is. When the Red Wings get stopped, you got your destiny in front, and you drop both games against Ottawa. So after 2, it's a 3-1 lead for the Panthers over the Lightning as the Lightning get one in the second. It was Eric Stahl, Anton Lundell, and Ito Luosterainen as they scored 3 times in the first. The Lightning had the only goal of the second. Braden Point is 37th in the power play from Stamkos and Nikita Kucherov. Kucherov has 63 apples on the season. Vasilevsky's been pretty good, 33 out of 36, but he's faced a lot of shots. Sergei Bobrovsky, Big Bob's only had to stop 10 out of 11 as Tampa, over the last few games, had some trouble trying to get shots on the board. Tanner Jeannot is in the lineup for the Lightning, and they paid a heavy price from the Nashville Predators to get this guy, betting on the bounce back. But again, with Julian Breezewell and the way that it's run in Tampa, formerly with Steve Eisman, now in Detroit again, I don't put it past them, but they know what it's going to be about, winning the cup and being relevant for the next couple of years, especially still for Tampa, as they made 3 consecutive Stanley Cup finals, trying to get 3, but they lost to Colorado. It's a 2-1 lead for the Blue Jackets over the Sabres. That'll be the only thing that would help Detroit if that holds. It's Kent Johnson, U of M Wolverine, from Nick Blankenburg, and Elvis Merzlikins. Goaltender got an assist. Eric Robinson also scored for CBJ. Tage Thompson's got 41 on the year. Tage Thompson is one of the best goal scorers. If you just casually follow the NHL, get to know the 25-year-old because he's an absolute beast. Islanders and Wild tied at 1 after 1. It was Ryan Reaves with his first of the season from Jordan Greenway, and Josh Bailey got the goal for the Islanders. It's Philip Gustafsson, 14 out of 15, and Ilya Sorokin, 13 out of 14. It's a good goaltending matchup at the XL Energy Center tonight. No score between the Pens and the Preds. The Kraken and the Blues, it's 1-0. We'll see who scored the goal for Seattle. As always, to look for my broadcast partner, Cooper Hopkins. He is from Seattle, but his favorite team is also the Calgary Flames. Trailed the team. Morgan Geeky from Daniel Sprong. Jordan Binnington stopped 7 out of 8. And Martin Jones, 11 out of 11 so far in the first. 2-0 lead for the Jets over the Kings. That is big for Winnipeg because they need to continue to hold on that wildcard spot. Josh Morrissey with a pair of goals from the defenseman is 12th and 13th from Shifley and Blake Wheeler on the first, and Dillon DeMille on the second. Connor Hellebuck perfect so far, 11 out of 11. Phoenix Copley, 4 out of 6. We'll get back into the play-by-play right now, and we'll bring this across.
Grizzlies 83%, 3 at 19 3-point territory. Those 15 turnovers by LA, but the bench bailed out the Lakers in the first half, led by Austin Reaves.
So Austin Reaves off the bench and the rest of the LA Lakers bench, they said they averaged close to 40 points, and they're already at 35 in this first half as Anthony Davis gets blocked, tries to put it back, gets blocked again. Xavier, Tillman, and Jaren Jackson Jr. combined with a pair of blocks. And now Dillon Brooks here for Ja. He had a very cold first half. We'll see if it'll heat up as his pass now for Brooks at the right wing. Yes, sir, for Dillon Brooks. Ties the game at 49. This has been a lead that has not ballooned any more than 5. 11:15 left to go in this third. It says it's Schroder, and across the Bearhead, I'd like to say that because my alma mater is a Golden Grizzly. This is the Memphis Grizzlies and the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. Pass now for Anthony Davis. This gets flipped off the front end of the rim and rebounded by Jared Vanderbilt. It's Troy Brown Jr. trying to get down the lane. He forces a wild one. Anthony Davis, as he tries to get a piece of it, and he will draw the foul. He should be going to line shoot 2 here for the Lake Show. Anthony Davis has had a fantastic game. And Shaquille O'Neal said this at the first half. He goes, I won't pick on him too much because they were in the lead. They were up by 3, but I'd like to have him and see him shoot a little more than have 7 opportunities as he did in the first. But what he's doing defensively, that is absolutely elite. So we'll see if he can continue to add on that because on the glass and on defense, Anthony Davis absolutely plugged in right now. His battery's charged at 100%. It's 50-49 as the Lakers take the lead. Anthony Davis, 9 points on 2 of 8 shooting, 12 rebounds, and 4 blocks. Davis going to try to get to the double-double already with 10:54 left to go in the third. And now it is a 51-49 lead for the Lakers, 11 of 13 at the line. Anthony Davis, the only one that missed a couple. Grizzlies are 3 or 4, and this gets tipped away. Beasley trying to go down the lane, lays it in over Ja. And a fast break opportunity off the steal for Malik Beasley. And the Lakers take a 4-point lead. Now Tillman, lead for Brooks as he tried to get around Troy Brown Jr. Tillman going to flip it from 10. He missed it up the front of the rim. And Malik Beasley, former Timberwolf, got it now. Crosses the timeline here for Schroder. Schroder trying to get around Ja off the show and go. And he froze him. He looked silly. He had that amethyst crossover badge. 55-49. As the Lakers up by 6, that's a 13-3 run. It's their biggest lead of the game. As this is Tillman. Tillman now for Ja. Fake the 3. Gets to the top of the key. Now backs away. Now tries to get back in. Hooks it from 14. He gets the friendly roll. 55-51 on the teardrop. 9:50 left to go in the third. Lakers have a 4-point edge. Anthony Davis trying to spin off Tillman. Now fade from 12, miss it up in front of the rim. He can't get his own rebound as Triple J. It's the rebound. He'll push this left to right here for Memphis. And now he's going to Euro and dunk over everybody. Where did they go? 55-53. It's Clue. He can't find him. 9:30 left to go in the third. Anthony Davis will take this right to left for the purple and gold. And leave it now here for Dennis Schroder. Schroder now for Malik Beasley on the right wing. Got a screen from Davis. It gets knocked out of his hands. And a wide open dunk that nobody will anticipate or try to defend. As Ja Morant will get the easiest one of all time. Even I could score that. I have cerebral palsy. 55 across the board with 9 minutes left to go in the third. Malik Beasley will get the screen from Davis. Now drop it in for Schroder at the Bearhead. 12 seconds left to go. On the shot clock, he'll try to make a cross-court pass. Troy Brown Jr. is going to knock down one of these. He missed again on the right wing side. He's been open all game. He just can't make a damn thing. Is Ja Morant out of control? And did he draw the foul, or was it an offensive foul? Is he going to the line? Is the question. As the score is now tied at 55. So Ja trying to get around Dennis Schroder, and he just says, "Get off me, little man." As he goes down the lane. And across the baseline, he almost kicked Beasley right in the face into doing so as he was going to the line. 55 all. 8:46 left to go in the third. And Ja Morant, this is his first trip to the line. He's only about a 70% free throw shooter. as he makes the first. FanDuel start of the game, I could have mentioned this on the RotoWire side. This was a 9-point spread for Memphis at the start. It's only a 2-point game right now. So 57-55, that would be the case if Memphis knocks down both of these. Ja, again, his first trip to the line this game. Another free throw coming for the uber athletic point guard that already caught a lob in this game. 57-55 is Memphis back up by 2. 12 points on 5 of 16 shooting on 6 assists. Here comes Schroder. Lob for Davis! It's tied at 57 as the big man dunks it down. 8:25 left to go in this third. Anthony Davis, 12 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 blocks. And another lob. Jaren Jackson Jr. says, take that with you. Little Dirk Nowitzki. 59-57 with 8:15 left to go. Back-to-back lobs here. And now Dennis Schroder off the step back, trying to get around Dillon Brooks. Makes him slip a little bit. Dennis Schroder still stays with this basketball. Floated off the front of the rim, but it doesn't matter. Anthony Davis will clean up the pumpkin and dunk it back down. Pair of dunks for Davis. 59 all. And this will be an opportunity for Bane on the left wing side. Try to get around Malik Beasley. Bane will fade from 14. And that gets slammed down by Tillman. Dunks for days right now. 61-59. As Memphis back up by 2. This has been a seesaw affair as this goes across the Bearhead. This is better than I expected. As Dennis Schroder, did he walk with the basketball or did he get the basket is the question. As he had a scoop shot, I thought he might have walked with the basketball on his way, but I believe Ian Eagle said that this will be a 3-point opportunity, and one for Dennis Schroder possible, and try to give the Lakers a 1-point lead. It will be 62-61 if he can make this at the line. I thought he might have walked with it, but no. Purple and gold may go on the line. 7:35 left to go in the third. And I think now we can finally say Dennis Schroder, even though he left a lot of money on the line that he bet on himself and he failed, still came back with the Lakers, and now he's going to go ahead and be converting a one opportunity to give them a 62-61 lead. So it ends well. You're going to get a starting spot, but you lost about $40 million if you're Dennis Schroder. As a pass from Bane. And now Jaren Jackson Jr. underneath and gets the tip in, help from Xavier Tillman. So a pair of Spartans team up on that one, 63-62. 12 points, 6 of 14 shooting, 9 rebounds. Welcome back, C. Hope you're feeling good after the halftime break. As Schroder knocks down the 3. 65-63 now he scores. The Lake Show back up by 2 with 7 minutes left to go in this third. Ja will back down, trying to get around Schroder, and an up and under high off the end glass. Foul on Vanderbilt, Schroder, and a host of Lakers. Go to the commercial break. Ja going to go to the line to shoot 2 when we come back. Lakers up by 2, 65-63. Don't go anywhere.
With the Venture X card from Capital One, you earn 2 times miles on every purchase. The noise canceling! You're being too loud. Good choice. Remember, earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels to Capital One Travel. What's in your wallet? Ready?
So it all started when I was at a friend's party.
Yeah. Team Samia. Sure.
Everyone keeps asking.
So I'm feeling good right now, not having to use the cough drop. Hopefully try to get in through the 6 of 7 days broadcast as we said. So tomorrow will be the New Jersey Devils and the Colorado Avalanche at Ball Arena. We'll be in Denver watching that one on ESPN Plus. I should be joined by Alec Nava. Maybe he'll take some of the play-by-play and I'll take the color, or vice versa. We usually split with Cooper Hopkins, who's my main man on that side. When we do get into the Stanley Cup playoffs and in the finals, I'm going to try to make sure that Cooper Hopkins will get more time to go ahead and do play-by-play. He let me graciously take pretty much all of it at that time after the Flames were knocked out. But I think we will return the favor because his calls are excellent as well. But again, that is a lot of fun. The only issue with that is now that the NHL has continued to move further north on their timeline, they normally would end a little bit before the NBA Finals start. And now the NBA Finals and the Stanley Cup Finals were crisscrossed. So when that hits, I won't be able to do a lot of NBA broadcasts on the playoff side. People are going to say, why aren't you covering that? Well, it's going to be hard in between the Stanley Cup playoffs and the NBA playoffs for me to get away from the ice because, as I always try to tell people, nothing changes in playoffs more than NHL play. And it's just something you can't take your eyes off of. You can be a casual fan, and you will notice how much heavier the checks are, how much more fighting there is. It's all over the place right now and full of excitement. NBA playoff games can do a lot of the same things, but in comparison, when you only have an active roster of about 13 and you only have a starting 5 in the NBA, and you roll out 4 lines, so that's 12 forwards and 6 defensemen, and a couple of scratchers or benches that you can throw in there. There's a lot more rosters, so if a big player gets hurt, that is not going to change the landscape like it does in the NBA, when there's just not as many people on the floor or available for you. So my top chat question, this actually got a few votes, was 8 votes on the YouTube side. I said, can the Lakers make the playoffs without LeBron James? 62% of you say yes, 38% of you say no. So we're going to be checking back into the play-by-play, and that dude looks like Flavor Flav that is sitting in there with the yellow shirt. Ja Morant has one more free throw upcoming here. It can be a 65-all tie if he makes the free throw again. He would be 4 for 4 from the line at this point. Ja's not had a great game shooting, but his team is right there. Again, I think the biggest lead of the game was 5 on either side as Ja makes both. As now it's Dennis Schroder trying to get around Aldama and Konchar. And the pass for Austin Reaves goes off the fingernails of the right hand, and it's a turnover against the Lake Show. So this will be Memphis ball. They're going to go left to right in this half. They're wearing the all black with the light blue piping on the font of the names and the purple and gold per usual for the Lakers as Triple J try to get this one around Vanderbilt, but it doesn't matter. Jared Jackson Jr. powers it down, and he gets the and one opportunity. This can be 68-65 advantage for Memphis if he converts off the and one. I appreciate it, Meg, as far as the Twitter Spaces listen so far. We had a few people jump out in between YouTube and Twitter Spaces. Jaren Jackson, 9 points on 4 of 9 shooting now. As he completes the and one, Schroder will take this cross court. He's got it now at the right wing side with the shot clock at a difference of 15 seconds. A flip here for Davis. And another lob. That is his third of the quarter. 68-67 for AD. 16 points, 13 rebounds, and 4 blocks. His blocks were all in the first half as this is skied and cleared by Davis. He's got 14 rebounds now. He'll push this across the timeline. And now he'll back down near the right wing. Konchar taking a look. Tillman by himself with the turnaround. And he gets the friendly bounce. Anthony Davis with 4 straight points. Now the Lakers take a 69-68 lead. Ja with the wraparound over Davis. Counted and the foul. He's going to go to the line for an and one opportunity. So Ja Morant takes on the big man. He goes and fights amongst the Redwoods, and Anthony Davis, who already has 4 blocks. I'm surprised he just couldn't put it on stretch hand on there, but Ja is so strong. And he gets so much MPH when he drives to the rim. He can make some things happen. And when you're as athletic as he is, no wonder you talk as much as Ja does, because he's going to have the supreme confidence. So it's 71-69 out of Murray State for Ja Morant. He completes the and one. 5:40 left to go in the third. Schroder's pass now for Vanderbilt off the Euro and ties the game one more time as he knocks it down from 12 feet. Ja will bring this up the timeline. He's got it now at the right wing. Thought about the 3. He's got a lot of space there from an Aldama screen. And Ja, the up and unders near the baseline, but a foul is going to be called. This will stay with the Grizz. Schroder will pick one up. as I believe this just puts Memphis in the bonus. That's what TNT is signaling on. That's where we're watching it tonight. It's tied at 71. Again, for those on the YouTube side, I apologize. I can't show the game because it'll be complete demonetization on that side. Ja try to go 6 for 6 at the line. He's now 5 for 5, and the Memphis Grizzlies go back up by 1. But this game's only on NBA on TNT Tuesday. This is not on NBA League Pass tonight if you're flipping through the channels. This has been a great contest so far, to be honest with you. It's better than I expected. It's been a 9-point advantage, a 9-point spread, I should say, for the Memphis Grizzlies to start, but they've only been up by 5. The Lakers and Memphis have only had that much of a lead. So 5:15 left to go in the third. Memphis up by 2. Here's Reaves, left wing 3, and he couldn't get a chance to get his feet set as he airballs it. And now it's Ja, right wing side, as he tries to back down Malik Beasley, see if someone else will cut. Cross-court pass. Konchar for 3. Too strong off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Triple J. As he's got Davis on him, and he just wraps this pass all the way around the bare head. 6 seconds. In between the legs is Ja. Off the step back. It's knocked away. This should stay with Memphis, though, but they don't have a lot of time to work with. 2.7 left to go in this third. With 4:49 left to go in the quarter. 2.7 on the shot clock. Had some wiggle room to Ja to maybe shoot that one over Beasley and Reaves, but he thought better of it. But now he's going to be the trigger man. Bounce this perfectly. Konchar spin, blocked by Davis. That's his 5th. Here comes Davis. It's 1-on-2. He falls down, and it looks like he tripped. I don't think he got pushed. I'm sure it's going to be a foul against Memphis, though. We're not going to be happy about that. As LeBron James just shakes his head no. And Konchar returned to sender, courtesy of Anthony Davis. That is his 5th block. He's had an exceptional game, win, lose, or draw, but he slipped on a banana peel on the floor. And fans continue to boo. And for whatever reason, Anthony Davis scored on the free throw line. So he just fell, unbeknownst to everyone. And now he's getting cascaded by boos. He's up that shooting percentage, though. He's 6 for 13, trying to get points, 19 of 20, if he can make both. If he does so, it'll tie the game one more time for the Lakers. So 4:42 left to go in this third. John here with you, calling the play-by-play. HopelessSportsGuide.wordpress.com. That will be where the game story is per usual. That will follow when this is all said and done. And the commentary will be on the recorder side. So for those on the YouTube, you're just going to get the game story. None of the extra talking. Tied at 73. 4:35 left to go in the third. As this gets picked up, wraparound pass, and Xavier Tillman says thank you very much as the red carpet was laid out. Memphis back up by 2 as the seesaw affair continues. 4:23 left to go in this third. Schroder will probe the dribble, try to send it back out to Reaves. Extra pass, Hachimura. Is he going to rock the rim? No, he won't, because Triple J gets in his face. But that will put the Lakers back at the free throw line as a little stone-faced. As Taylor Jenkins, that looks like me when I run out of nacho cheese Doritos. I'm not necessarily a fat guy, but he had that look on that side. That bag was empty on that family size, and Taylor Jenkins not too happy with that. I'm not going to say Taylor Jenkins is plump, but that sweater doesn't look very fitting there for Taylor. And that's just sour cream crime. But again, I'm only about 145 pounds, 5'8". Little small cerebral palsy guy. I just give you the play-by-play. So 75-74, Jaren Jackson Jr. is personal fouls this season is 7th highest, 3.4. You get 6, that's a lot for JJJ. Kind of looks like Dwight Howard on lines at times. I'm not talking about overseas in China where he's dominating. In the NBA, sometimes he had a hard time staying on the floor for as good as he was, especially in Orlando. Tied at 75 as both the free throws are made. And now it's 4:05 left to go in the third. As this gets picked up by Ja. Couple of chops. Trying to go baseline on Davis, and that was expertly done by Ja Morant as he scores over AD. Now, Austin Reaves put the ball on the floor for Malik Beasley, gave it right back, but Kennard played great defense off the step back. Austin Reaves floating, gets the English off the front of the rim as Reaves scores over Kennard. Who says white men can't dribble behind their back? As Austin Reaves said, he certainly put in the work. He said that in the second quarter, and he's shown it. 17 points on 5 of 7. As the floater is immediately answered by Ja. He's really starting to cook here in this second half. He's brought up that shooting percentage. And now Dennis Schroder trying to get around Konchar. We'll get the switch now with Tillman. Anthony Davis wide open right when he hasn't shot a lot of those, and he missed his first one of the game. As Ja will clean up the pumpkin. 3:05 left to go in the third. Splits the defense, and he gets to the lane and finishes and draws the foul. The second and one opportunity, and he's talking a lot of junk right now as the fans love it at FedEx Forum. And we go to a commercial break. He is running those choppers, but he has a chance to make it an 82-77 lead. And that's exactly why some teams, unless you're a Memphis fan, don't like Memphis. But if you got to talk the talk, you're walking the walk. And Ja is doing that right now. Come right back. He's going to try to get one more up the line and go up 82-77.
Cashback is good. With double cashback, it's even better. Discover matches all the cashback you earned at the end of your first year, which is cashback at its best.
The new Grand Wagoneer with panoramic sunroof, available Macintosh reference entertainment system, passenger display.
So let's take a look at some NHL scoreboard. It's 5-1 for the Sens with the Red Wings. Like I said, thank God I did not decide to cover that. I would have pulled out my receding hairline. Not very good. On that end, the Bruins and the Flames are underway in the first. I know what I'll be watching once I start doing this game. I'll hope for my broadcast partner, Cooper Hopkins. Usually we're going to go there on Thursday. And between Toronto and Calgary, that game will be at the Settle Dome as well. They're playing on the NHL Best Bruins. And if you want to take a listen to what their record is, 46-8-5. They've only lost 8 games in regulation in the NHL. That is absolutely ridiculous, as they were just coming off the back-to-back. We covered the game yesterday between the Oilers. McDavid got his 50th, but that was a 3-2 loss. The Blue Jackets are all over the Sabres, so I guess it's the only thing that's going to help the Red Wings. They're up 4-1 at the end of 2, and it was Boone Jenner with the latest. With 18 seconds left to go, 1942, Boone Jenner from Blankenburg got his second assist from Andrew Peak as well. He got the secondary. So NBA scoreboard, the Mavericks, at the end of the first, they're going to have a 31-29 lead over the Pacers. Kings pretty much have the lead at the half at 71-64. Thunder like to play an up-and-down game. Even without SGA, they could still get to $140, and I mean that with sincerity. Nuggets all over the Rockets, 74-54. Let's just take a look and see if Joker even played and how much he's got. So 23 points for Jamal Murray playing, which is good, 9 of 13. Jokic, 3 of 4, 7 assists, 6 points, 6 rebounds, so he should easily get a triple-double. The Nets are up 76-66 against the Bucks. The Raptors have a 1-point lead with 107 in the third, 70-69 over the Bulls. Our game is 81-77 with 3:06 in the third. Job to go on the line for another and one. And Wizards and Hawks are at 83-77. Who is the leading scorers? On that one, Bradley Beal has 25, as you just got one from the line. As I just updated, Trae Young has 22 on 9 of 16, 1 of 3 from 3. So 81-77 is the score. 3 minutes left to go in the third. Memphis has a 4-point edge, as this is Lonnie Walker the fourth, winner number 4, and another lob opportunity for Davis. Who cares about those knees and legs? They must be healthy. That's his 5th of the half. And my goodness, it's John Morant one more time. 83-79 with 2:35 left to go as Ja will answer back. It's Ja and Anthony Davis going back and forth right now. This has been a fun contest. Lonnie gets the screen. He's open right wing off the step back. Try to shoot it over Konchar, and Ja will get the rebound. He'll race left to right. 18 seconds left to go on the shot clock as Troy Brown Jr. is in his face. And wraparound pass. This will be kicked for Aldama. Miss it up the front of the rim. Tillman will sky. He'll get the rebound. Leave it here for Aldama. Now Ja. The shot clock reset to 14, but now it's at 5. Austin Reaves against Ja. That's just not fair. And he missed it up the He got this off the front of the rim and in. That's what I wanted to say, because no way that Austin Reaves can stay in front of Ja. And for as awful as Ja played in the first half, he is absolutely dominating in the second half. So those numbers are going to look great. He's got 23 points in this quarter. And now he gets a steal as it gets knocked away. Ja, he's really cooking. Cross-court pass to get it to jump. Kennard wide open. And it goes in. And the Grizzlies have their largest lead of the game. It's 88-79. Memphis starting to pull away. And now this is Austin Reaves. It's an 11-2 run. Lonnie Walker needs the answer at the top of the key. And he does. Big time three for the Lake Show. As now it's 88-82. 1:10 left to go in this third. Ja has been magnificent in this third. And he draws the foul. He's going to go to the line for pair with 1:10 left to go. So they're going to show some cutaways on the NBA TNT side. So first one I see is going baseline over Anthony Davis, and then a floater from 14 over Davis. Inside the lane where he absolutely destroyed Vanderbilt, and then slapping hands. And now he has 2 free throws at the line. He missed the first. He's got one more coming. Again, Nick, I appreciate you following along on the Twitter Spaces side. I hope you're doing well, my friend. The YouTube side had a lot of people at the very beginning, but I imagine as the thumbnail probably caught everybody, they're going to back out and blacklist me for the rest of it. But I try to get an NBA on TNT thumbnail. We know that you can't show the game on the YouTube side because anyone else that does, they'll use their fake accounts and then get banned. And they keep making more. But that's the way it works. You got to work around all the other workarounds. So Jaren Jackson Jr. steps back into the court as he comes off the bench. And the NCAA tournament will begin March 14th. I'm going to love that. That might be some double dips for me as far as what we can cover. Usually like to be all over the NCAA tournament. It's just a lot of fun. Well, who doesn't like March Madness? I would be a little concerned. As this gets picked up now for Lonnie. Walker slams it down! Let's go, Lonnie! 89-84. He's caught a lob and finish, and now he absolutely tomahawked that thing. Ja floats it, scores again. His switch is stuck on automatic. He cannot be stopped. He is just probing on the lane and floating him to death. That teardrop on Amethyst. Here's a chance for Walker for 3. Missed it off the front of the rim, but Troy Brown Jr. got a positive, turned into a negative off the turnover. Kennard, step back 3, missed off the front of the rim, tried to be saved by, blocked out of air by Gabriel. All that tried to be saved by Reaves was an offensive rebound for Morant and then blocked by Gabriel. Now this is for the Lakers as they can take a breath and settle this down. A 5-second difference on the shot clock and the game clock. Lonnie Walker has it. Step back, crossover, probing, his pass. Don't know where that's going, but somebody's going to get a souvenir that they're going to have to pass back. As it's no longer basketball by Spalding. I think it's by Wilson now. But what a punch by Lonnie Walker, as nobody wanted to get in front of the way there for the purple and gold. So 9.6 left to go in this third. It is a 7-point lead for the Memphis Grizzlies. And this will be Jared Vanderbilt going to get set to check back in as he has been a revelation for the purple and gold. Ja Morant's been a revelation in this third quarter. He's scored about 27 points. Everybody's got their phones out right now instead of watching the game, but that's the new age. You remember when Michael Jordan hit that shot? Nobody had phones back then, but now everybody has, especially when LeBron James broke the record. Down to 4-second, Morant. He got blocked trying to go down for a dunk. He scores the basket, and he's down, clutching onto his leg. Ball goes the other way, but now my immediate concern is whether Morant is going to be okay. He was absolutely electric in this third. He is very slow to get up. He wanted to punch over Gabriel. Gabriel met him the whole way, and he fell on that tailbone and his elbow. He fell hard. So where did his pivot foot come? Oh, man, his left leg. That took a nasty tumble. But for as athletic as Ja is, he'll be okay. But you don't want to take too many of those, especially when you start to get up in years. But not so yet for Ja. 93-84, and in the third. Come right back, and we'll see how we finish this.
to you too. Huh? More is living truck. Get a free Google Pixel 7 Pro when you trade in any Pixel phone, any year, any condition.
One thing you don't realize, you don't have to do things the way you've always done them. Nope. And that's when you know you're a number. Because when you're with Amex, it's never a question of if you're going to level up. It's when.
I'm a screen hit the dream. And I'm not posting on social media. I feel seen. Hey, Mom, look. Mom. Oh my God, Mom, you gotta look at me.
No. Keeping my eyes on the road, staying off the drive.
So we're going to commercial break. We're going to enter the fourth quarter here shortly. John Morant, just again the update. He was 3 for 14 in the first half. He had 6 points. Scored 28 in the third quarter. He is now, let's look at it, 13 of 26. So he's bumped a 3 for 14 to a 50% shooting, where it looks pretty damn good. 8 of 9 from the line as well. And the 8 of 9 from the line was all in the third as well. Sorry about that. Just typing a little bit. I know the phone's next to the keyboard, but we're done with it now. We are just going to wait for this fourth quarter to start. It's a 93-84 your score. Memphis now has the largest lead of the game.
Jameson, the smooth triple distilled whiskey knows when people
It's sure gotta be there.
just get you. That's when this spark just happens. So pull up a chair. There's always a seat for you at the table. Jameson.
I appreciate you listening.
Get ready for the start of the fourth quarter.
We're going to get ready for this fourth quarter now. 93-84. So all eyes were on Ja Morant after his last basket. And Ja just absolutely dominated in the third. He had 28 points. He got to the line. He was 8 of 9 from the line. And this is Grizzlies basketball to start the fourth. Desmond Bane, top of the key for 3. Missed it off the front of the rim. And Gabriel will get the rebound. As you get a screen half and half interview there with Taylor Jenkins, just saying what worked well with Jared Greenberg. And now Vanderbilt knocks the 3 down. And the Lakers are back within 6 as Anthony Davis, man, he's got some big bulging eyeballs. As now he's getting some time in off the bench. This gets bounced off of the Grizzlies. That's why it's not a kickball. This goes now for Tyus Jones. Jones tried to make a pass, and it was a hopeful one, but Gabriel slaps his hands. He's happy that he knocked it away. He's unhappy that he couldn't get a full piece of it. 6 seconds left to work with on the shot clock. 11-17. I'll take on the fourth. John here with you on the NBA play-by-play. We're at FedEx Forum. Triple J for 3, and that's about as easy as you can get off the sideline. As he just gets a wide open 3 at the top of the key, and nobody picked them up. So Austin Reaves now right to left for the purple and gold. We'll get this back from Lonnie Walker. Lonnie Walker thought about the 3, leaving out for Austin Reaves. He's got the space, but now he's got Jaren Jackson Jr. with his outstretched hands. Austin Reaves trying to put this in between his legs. Give it here for Walker. And Walker answers with a 3-pointer. Boy, has he been pretty good off the bench here for the Lakers, and their bench has been excellent. 18 points, 6 of 12, as this gets stripped in by Brandon Clarke. And now it's 98-90 as Memphis dangerously close to the century mark. Here's a chance off the wraparound pass. It's Hachimura for 3, and this goes all the way around the rim and over across the stanchion. And this will be turned over. It's going to be Grizzlies basketball as they try to get to the century mark. 98-90 is the score with 10:05 left to go in the fourth. So Tyus Jones slowly across the timeline. The biggest lead of the game was 9. It's at 8 right now for Memphis. It's been a surprisingly close game for the most part. Memphis gets pulled away in the fourth. Jaren Jackson Jr. missed it. Clarke gets the rebound. Tyus Jones got 10 seconds to work with. He's got a mismatch. You get the big man on the small guard. Jaren Jackson Jr. again for 3. as he tries to get something going. He's just trying to get some practice from three-point range, apparently. As Austin Reaves get this here for Gabriel. Jump stop, lays it in. Good head fake by Gabriel. As now it's back within 6 as the Lakers continue to hang around. 9:45 left to go in the fourth. Tyus Jones will set up his signals of what he wants as he's running up the show on the backup side as Clarke will get the rebound. He'll jump stop and he'll score over Reaves and over Gabriel. It's 192. Full court pass. Lazily knocked away. They wanted to find Hachimura, but the Lakers turn it over. Now here's a chance for Desmond Bane. Is he going to get the and one? Yes, he is. 102-92. And now Memphis up by 10, their largest of the game. So they've hit the century marker. And we lost C a little bit, but he stuck through the whole time. And some other people on Twitter Spaces, but I appreciate on those guys. As this is a 10-point game. Desmond Bane, 14 points, 6 of 10, 3 rebounds. But Morant has been the one that was awful in the first, and then he was exceptional in the third. That's why he's shooting about 500 now on the side. I could say 50%, 500. That's all the same thing. As this is dribbled in between the legs, lost by Hachimura, and it's an easy one for Clarke as he skies and dunks it with nobody out in front. And now Memphis starting to pull away. 104-92 as Darvin Ham wants to take the timeout with 9:14 left. Come right back. Memphis have their largest lead. It's 12. So this might be the time. I know there's 9:12 left, but this might be the time that Memphis actually pulls away and covers that spread. According to RotoWire, it was sitting at 9.5. And let's just take a look, and we'll double check the score right now on the ESPN box. It's 104-92. So let's just say it's close to 200 points because I'm not that great at math. So the over-under is at 231. I think you get pretty close to that. Probably expected in Vegas or whoever sets these spreads, because Vegas knows what the hell they're doing, that Memphis would probably be closer to the 120, 130 range right now. But the Lakers have been excellent, especially off their bench, and that's why they've given themselves an opportunity to get close within this game. But I do think it might ultimately go the other way. For Anthony Davis, 8 of 10 from the free throw line, 7 of 15 shooting, 22 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 blocks. He does have 5 turnovers. And off the bench, 18 for Lonnie on 6 of 12, 17 for Austin Reaves. He was the leading scorer going into the half. 17 points, 5 of 7 shooting, 4 of 6 from distance. Jaren Jackson Jr., he just decided to shoot a bunch of threes in the fourth. He's 1 for 4 now with 12 points. Xavier Tillman, 14 points and 7 of 15. Morant, 34 on 13 of 26. Desmond Bane, 6 of 10, 14. And off the bench, really, it is a triple sixes. If you believe in omens there, I won't say the rest of it. Brandon Clarke, Simi Aldama, and Luke Kennard all have 6 off the bench for the Grizzlies. So 18 bench points on that side. In comparison, let's just count this again so I can say this. 35, 44, 50 bench points for the Los Angeles Lakers out of their 92. That's pretty damn good. Mo Bamba, Davon Reed, and Max Christie are the bench players. And on the other side, it's Lofton Jr., David Roddy from the Colorado State Rams, Williams, and Chandler are the bench players that have not entered time, although they might get some garbage time at the end of it. 43 out of 95 shooting for 45% for the Memphis Grizzlies and 45.8 for the Lakers. 33 out of 72. It's an extra 23 shots for the Grizzlies, and that is a huge reason why, I'll mention it in the story, why they have a 12-point lead.
Right after the injury
So 9:05, as this was Lakers ball, but this was intercepted by Triple J. Now trying to get picked up by Aldama, fakes it in between his legs, and big time throwdown. Jared Jackson Jr. just posterized Anthony Davis. My goodness. 106.92. Get you some of that. As this gets picked up by Schroder. And now Troy Brown Jr. hits the three on the other end. Anthony Davis caught a body, courtesy of Triple J. 106.95, and I don't even know if I just realized what I just witnessed, as this is Desmond Bane. Bane now floats this over Davis and in. 108.95. That was an incredible slam by Jared Jackson Jr. as he obliterated Anthony Davis on that one. And now Schroder off the shell and go. This bounces off of Davis, or so I thought. And they're going to show this again. So Semi Aldama tries to flip this in, and out of nowhere, Triple J jumps over Davis and slams it down as he went all over the left forearm. That was an incredible slam. It's too bad the YouTube side didn't get it now. Davis gets slammed away by Jackson. He's got to be feeling himself at this moment. As he is calling Anthony Davis his father right now, the way that he just slammed all over him and then swatted him on the other side. Is picked up now by Davis. Davis got to set that out of his mind. Can he hit this from mid-range? No. Luke Kennard tried to save it. And this goes back to Bane. And now Kennard will walk into a three from the right wing. Anthony Davis will clean up the pumpkin. 7:35. As this goes now for Vanderbilt, back to Davis on the right wing side. Cross court for Schroder. Schroder, nice pass. Vanderbilt can't finish, but he will go to the line for two. 108.95. And again, we will be seeing that all over the court as far as the highlights on SportsCenter, on NBA TV, as far as what everyone just witnessed from Jared Jackson Jr. against Anthony Davis. Again, Anthony Davis has had a terrific game, but when he got absolutely punked, getting dunked on off a putback, and then getting swatted on the other end, that was incredible. So 7:31 left to go in this fourth. Again, D'Angelo Russell is back with the Lakers. He was traded in 2017 from Mozgov, Timothy Mozgov, Kyle Kuzma, and Brook Lopez, and then traded back now. So welcome back. And he should be a good piece there for the Lakers. Really should have never left alongside Julius Randle. They already had good pieces. So Tyus Jones, full float from 14. And everybody's getting the floating bug right now, but it's working. 110.97. As this is an opportunity for Schroder. Now on the right wing side, Schroder, as he tries to get this away from Clarke, but I think this gets partially blocked and saved by Tyus Jones. As we've hit 6:55 left to go in this fourth. Jones, he'll try to lob this for Clarke. Somehow got a hand on it, but this stays with the purple and gold. And now Schroder, cross-court pass. Lonnie Walker bottoms from three. 110-100 as the Lakers have hit the century mark. And they're still not out of this thing. 6:45 left to go in the fourth. Timeout, Taylor Jenkins. Come right back.
The most advanced vehicles are the ones that prepare you for everything. Kia, movement that inspires.
So I know I had to mute this on the Twitter Spaces side, but the call commercial that is on NBA TNT right now would make everybody look at their phone. So that's an awful commercial there for the iPhone as far as vacation destinations for Airbnb.
Gatorade Fit. Fitness starts from the inside out. Get healthy real hydration. And no added sugar, artificial sweeteners, or added colors. Gatorade Fit. Healthy real hydration today helps you feel tomorrow.
Is raising its game for new teams powered out in a door-to-door renovation war.
I don't take the winner.
We're unstoppable. Amazing.
I definitely think Barstool. Absolutely.
Oh, it's on already. Season premiere March 6th at 9 on HGTV. I heard you're having a lunch party. Am I early? No. No, of course not. I'd like this company to be different. He's the least cool guy I've ever met. Hello.
Cool costume. Where'd you get it?
My dad.
Silicon Valley, Sundays at 10 on TBS and anytime on the app.
Watch it shows like Up and Adams and Run It Back with a FanDuel TV Plus app available for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV, and your devices. Ja Morant returned for Memphis to a hard fall at the end of the third quarter.
So Ja Morant is back on the floor, about 6:35 left to go in this fourth. It's not coasting time yet with a 110-100 lead for the Grizz, but they want to make sure they get this win after getting a big win the other day against the Denver Nuggets. Want to beat some good teams and then put teams away that they should. As this goes off the front of the rim and skied by Anthony Davis. 6:15 left to go in the fourth. It's Lakers basketball. Schroder has it now on the right wing side as he has Dillon Brooks on him. This is Troy Brown Jr. for three, and he finally knocks one down here for the Lakers as it's 110-103 now. And Schroder, I think, did a little bit too much in the backcourt as he fouls Ja Morant as he's got a little bit of a wry smile. A little bit of mix of those black dreads with the yellow and the turquoise blue. The Memphis Grizzlies colors on that side of us. Taylor Jenkins, again, that sweater is not very flattering on that side. But again, he's an NBA coach, and I'm not going to sit and talk game. I'd like to be paid like Taylor Jenkins. I'm just sitting here on YouTube. As this gets picked up now by Ja. And Ja has 10 seconds left to work with on the shot clock. Kennard's pass goes back to Ja. He'll step back, shoot the three, miss it off the front of the rim, a little bit too strong. And Anthony Davis has yet another rebound as this is put across now. This is a chance for Walker going baseline, and that actually got to Schroder. That shouldn't have even got to anybody. Vanderbilt has the English, but Xavier Tillman gets the rebound as the Lakers are trailing by 7. Lob opportunity for Aldama, and he cannot finish. He was all alone as it rattled around the rim and stayed out. And Anthony Davis, we will see if he will draw the shooting foul on Brooks or whether or not this will just stay with the Lakers. But either way, this will be Laker basketball, and Semi Aldama got a look from Ja, but he just couldn't convert. He was wide open. It was a no-look lob, and he had the outstretched left hand, but he couldn't finish. So 110-103 is still your score. 5:20 left to go in the fourth. This is Lakers basketball sideline out of bounds, as now it's Lonnie Walker. He's got it at the top of the key, just across the bare head, trying to get around Bane. And Walker gets blocked off the front of the rim. Can this be saved? Yes, it can. Dillon Brooks now for Ja. I think he might want to slow this down, but instead he's going to push. It's going to be Bane. And contact before the shot, apparently. 5:06 left to go. And if that was the case, that was a smart foul by the Lakers because Bane had a very good look on the left wing for three. And I guess that's going to be all for naught. So this will be the Grizzlies basketball. So cement off at 3 as this goes for Tillman and Ja. He lost it. The backcourt violation. So it should be 113, 103, but instead it's 110, 103. It's back to where it was, and the Lakers have the basketball with 5 minutes in which to work. So they have tons of time. I imagine the timeout game is going to be used. The Lakers have 3, Memphis has 3. This could be a lot of talking on the whiteboard here. As Dennis Schroder has it. 4:55 left to go in this fourth. The Lakers down 7. The most they've been down is 11. And Davis, again, with the convenience store, been seen it a couple times. Davis gets the friendly roll and the foul. He gets this on Jaren Jackson Jr., so Anthony Davis, a little bit less contact, but he gets a little bit of revenge there as Jaren Jackson Jr. pwned him with the putback dunk and the block. Anthony Davis says, I'm going to get an and one off the floater and try to get my team back within 4, as this is anyone's contest with 4:48 in the fourth. So Davis, he did miss a pair of free throws. He's got 25 points if he makes this, 19 rebounds and 5 blocks. So Davis, he did miss 2. It could be 108, 110, 108, but it's 110, 106. So Ja Morant slowly now across the timeline. Ja. They just now here for Desmond Bane as he tries to get around Schroder. This pass, Tillman down the lane and finishes. No and 1 needed there. 112, 106. 4:25 left to go in this fourth. Taylor Jenkins wants the and 1, but he's not going to get it. Tillman got 16 on 8 of 16 with 11 rebounds. Schroder now here for Davis as he's going to be the go-to man in the fourth, as you'd expect. Schroder step back, gets a screen from Davis. Schroder wide open, right wing side, missing off the front of the rim. It actually bounced off Davis's headband. And now Desmond Bane down the lane. He gets swatted on the other end by Vanderbilt. And now Walker, he tries to go down the lane. Leave it here for Vanderbilt. It's sloppy here for the Lake Show. And they turn it over when they desperately needed to set something up. They're within 6. There was no need to hustle. But it's Ja. Again, take your time, young fella, and play that clock away. That's what a master point guard would do. Ja. Step back. Now he'll float from 12, and Ja again. His floating game has got that amethyst teardrop because he's knocking them all down in this second half. As this is Schroder off the spin, a timeout for Darvin Ham. Want to diagram something with 3:27. We'll take a break. It's 114, 106. Grizzlies on front.
And keep it fun. Can you become a problem? Visit confidentplay.org. Find out. Remember college? 5-hour energy got you through then. And now, we'll get you through again. Rediscover 5-hour energy.
We all have a purpose in life, a why. No matter your purpose, at PNC Private Bank, we will work with you every step of the way to help you achieve it. So let us focus on the how. Just tell us, what's your why?
Time to check out the upcoming national TV schedule. Taking off, presented by Turkish Airlines. ESPN Wednesday night doubleheader. The Cavaliers are involved.
So this is back to an 8-point game. We don't have much time left to go, but the Grizzlies are out in front. It has been a terrific second half, especially third quarter for Ja. And that's why Memphis has had that punch. Look, again, if you're just listening to this, go to the highlights at the end of it. Jaren Jackson Jr. over Davis tonight. That was the dunk of the day. So Schroder, drop pass here. As this will try to get picked up as you get a momentary feed of the TNT. It stopped and froze, and now Reaves are going to have to shoot a contested 3, and this will get saved by Bane as he contacted the left leg of Anthony Davis, but he looks no worse for wear as he gets back up. 3:10 left to go in the fourth as he took a shot near the left leg. Desmond Bane with the serious vertical. He had the 99 hops there, and it was all over the left hip of Anthony Davis in the left leg that he came down on, but it looks like Davis is okay. But that is a scary, scary fall because the right leg could have easily snapped if he had any more pressure on that. 114, 106, 255, on the fourth. And Jaren Jackson Jr. going to get an easy dunk off of a wild pass from Ja. 116, 106. It's back to a 10-point lead. And Jared Jackson Jr. has 4 blocks. So he's got a double-double. And this pass for Anthony Davis was not open. Desmond Bane. Lob for Ja! And the Express takes off again. 118-106. And the FedEx Forum crowd loves it as Ja feeling himself, bouncing up and down. 2:20 left to go in the fourth. Ja's got 38 and 15 of 29. Davis draws the foul. He's going to go to the line and try to get the Lakers back within 10. So that was just not a good entry pass by Dennis Schroder. And then Bane, the Ja. It's just amazing how much he can float up the rim. Again, he looks like Russell Westbrook reincarnate. That's the new version of Russ. You're not really much of a shooter, but slasher in floating game, that's on point to the best for Ja. So 2:18 left to go in this fourth. Schroder going to sit some time on the bench here. Anthony Davis, critical that he knocks down these free throws and critical that the LA Lakers do not make any more mistakes. They've turned the ball over a little bit too much as Davis goes to the line. And he knocks down the first. He's got to knock down the second. Again, Darvin Ham, you stare at his eyes on that side, he just looks like death on the other end. Like he's just never happy. But again, with all those turnovers, I wouldn't be either. 118-107. 2:18 left to go in this contest as Davis misses the second free throw. And Memphis' lead up by 11. And as you would imagine, 39 points, opposing points off turnovers. 39. Holy cow. I got to make sure that I write that down in the story as far as that's concerned. So this is Brooks. He's going to shoot up the mid-range and gets rejected. And now Anthony Davis, he's going to get an easy dunk. So I'm going to make sure I write this down. So it's 118-109. I apologize. I just have to do this because I have to make sure that goes in the story. So 118-109 as Anthony Davis gets the dunk. 140 left to go in this fourth quarter. Ja Morant will bleed the shot clock down. It's down to 5. Ja thought about the 3. It's Dillon Brooks. He's wide open for whatever reason. Miss it up in front of the rim. And good defense by the Grizzlies as they get a steal. And they can salt wartime away. And essentially this could end the game right now against the Lakers. It's Austin Reaves against Ja Morant. They go for the double on Ja. They try to show him go, force a pass. And now Tillman will just lay it right in. 120-109. Darvin Ham wants to call a timeout, but I don't know why. It's just dinner plans at this point. This game's over. 1:15 left, 120-109. Grizzlies out in front. And that was the mention that I wanted to throw in the story. 39 points off turnovers for the Memphis Grizzlies against the Lakers. I will make sure that I put that back in. How are you doing on that side? Scott Burrell's burner account. I like the name on that side. How you doing, my friend?
At Neutral, we believe in growing healthy dogs. Our nutritious food is made of high-quality, natural ingredients to help dogs live full and active lives.
All right, so shouldn't be much left to do here for Taylor Jenkins' squad as they have the lead. Again, I'll pull up on the ESPN box score. It's going to be on TNT tonight. As far as everything that you're going to get, it was a TV-only feed. If there was NBA League Pass, you would be able to watch it. It's 120-109 with 1:15 left in the fourth. Darvin Ham's going to call timeout, and I imagine for Taylor Jenkins' squad, you probably spend most of the time putting in the bench, as I don't think you would salt away an 11-point lead, but just keep Ja out there just in case. The NBA TNT doubleheader is Timberwolves and Clippers. Tomorrow I will be back with the New Jersey Devils and the Colorado Avalanche. I'll be joined by Alec Nava on that side. Hopefully we'll get a chance to split play-by-play in color. That'd be a lot of fun. So 105 left to go. The Lakers have their bench in. As this is pass for Lonnie Walker, left wing for three. He missed it all. Ja. Will he race? Will he try to kill some time? And this gets taken away. So Ja Morant has a chance now when he goes to the line to get 40 points. And when you think about it, Ja had 6. He scored 28 in the third, and then the rest of the stuff to get the 40 is in the fourth. So 6 points there in the fourth. So all his points were in the third in this second half, where he completely carried. And Memphis able to get this win. So for points 39 and 40, no. So Ja's not going to get to it at this point unless he'll get some more shooting opportunities. And Dennis Schroeder's just saying, hey, I'm trying to shoot these floating passes. You got to communicate to me a little bit if it's open. And Dave Davis is saying, why am I communicating to you? You're the point guard. You got to be able to see around you. A little bit of the verbatim there is Dennis Schroeder and Anthony Davis having some words. Not a heated conversation, but a poignant one at that. You got to be knowingful of what the surroundings are. As Ja splits the pair of free throws. 121-109. So all that's left is the cry in here for the LA Lakers. Again, it's no D'Angelo Russell and no LeBron. I thought they gave a great effort, though, but Troy Brown Jr. shooting opportunities, man, he was ice cold. As this goes in and out for the Lakers, and Ja's got another rebound opportunity. And Taylor Jenkins will call the timeout. He's going to take out Ja. Make sure you don't pick up any kind of fouls or anything else or any kind of injuries with 41 seconds left. We'll finish it off in a moment.
See, calling it a free throw makes no sense. You don't throw it, you shoot it. I call it 3 shots. Do I throw pillows? You better not. I don't. Oh, okay. I have, but I don't anymore. Oh, I see what you did there. Touche. There you go. Yeah.
Can the Green Fans pass the T-shirt challenge? Let's see if Joe gets any sweat marks. Unbeatable non-stop protection. Tested to the limit. Final score. Still dry, fresh. The Green Fans
Bronze
72-hour non-stop protection.
A Corona and calm truths. A Corona and calm seas. And a bomb breeze. And our strong meat. It's Andy. It's Sue. And we're eating Guam cheese. Guam cheese? Yeah, I don't know. I ran out of rhymes.
Ding. Can you say anything? Ding?
You Fox is talking about me?
No, it's just Uber One stuff. Yeah, you get 10% off orders.
Ring-a-ding.
Ring-a-ding, please.
Final 41 seconds here in Memphis.
So 2013-14 Atlanta Hawks coaching staff, according to TNT. Kenny Atkinson, Darvin Ham, Mike Budenholzer, Taylor Jenkins, Quinn Snyder, and Jim Thomas. Yeah, that looked pretty good because a lot of them are having head coaching jobs, including Quinn Snyder now for the Atlanta Hawks. So this is the last 30 seconds. That's all that's left on the recorder side, and this is just going to be dribbled out by Williams as he's going to take the shot clock violation. And that's all that's left right now, 121-109. I think the Lakers can do pretty much the same thing if they want to. But if I'm the Lakers, I know it's not classy to do so, but I'm going to go ahead and take a shot and get my bench time. But he says, cut it off. We're just going to dribble here over the last 20 seconds. So they'll take this across the timeline and dribble it out. And that is going to be the end of the game. The Memphis Grizzlies, as Ja Morant exploded in that third quarter, and Jared Jackson Jr. with the absolute detonation on Anthony Davis. 121-109 is the final score. Let me give you your leading scores before I get the hell out of here. Anthony Davis for the LA Lakers, 9 of 19, 10 of 13 from the line. He had a great game. 28 points, 19 rebounds, and 5 blocks, although there was 5 turnovers. Lonnie Walker, excellent off the bench, 21 on 7 of 15 shooting. And Austin Reaves had 17, although pretty much all that was in the first half. He was 5 of 8 with 17 points. For the Memphis Grizzlies, it was all Ja in the third quarter because he was just, let me look at it again as I have my notes in front of me, 3 for 14 in the first half. Ja ended up 15 of 29 for 39 points. He just missed a 40 as he had 10 rebounds and 10 assists. He had the triple-double. And then for Jaren Jackson Jr., 16 points, 7 rebounds. Xavier Tillman, 18 points, 11 rebounds. Not much bench scoring to speak of, as the Memphis Grizzlies will improve to 37 and 23, and the Lakers will fall to 29 and 33. Enjoy your night, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. In between the Montreal Canadiens and the Colorado Avalanches, I'll be joined by Alec Nava should be a good one. Timo Meyer going to get set to make his debut. Peace. I appreciate it, C. And we will catch up tomorrow, my friend. If you are listening, if it's hockey, it should be a good one between that side of it. Dillon Brooks and John Morant are exchanging some words with each other and saying he is that guy. They enjoy it. And if all those claps are on that side for me and for the Memphis Grizzlies, I think you're getting that all right on that side. I appreciate that. So I'm going to close out this YouTube stream. I'm going to close out the Twitter Spaces, and we will see you tomorrow about 9:15 Eastern.